All right, my
Dungeons
dudes.
and Dragons!
Yeah, there we go. All right. Welcome to tonight's episode of Storm King's Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy-ass friends get together and we like to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Dungeons and Dragons.
Tonight, we are entering session 24, where we last left off. Our party had just got to Deadstone Cleft, the home of the stone giant Thane, who they are hunting down for numerous reasons. Of course, there is the ever-growing need for them to capture the conch of teleportation that they know to be in Thane Kayalithica's possession, but also more of a personal vendetta, as Davos's father was captured by stone giants. He believed to be killed until our last meeting. You guys had a run-in with Goldbrand's wife, Hydia, who Goldbrand and her exchanged quite a few words before they were able to come to a sort of understanding and come up with a plan to try to take down the Thane. You guys made your way through the caverns, meeting segments of the tribe, including the Griselda, the elder First Fang, who had taken down a rock and is a very well-respected member of their community, as well as Kodiak, the slightly younger barbarian who is rival to Goldbrand and was a First Fang when he left, but now has Goldbrand's old title of First Claw. You guys were able to take down quite a few stone giants with some help from Hydia, and but did fairly well as you guys made your way through. Where we last left off, I think you had just discovered the tomb of the Skod Kong, the Fog King, which after Bergen placed his hand on it, sucked him inside and told him to ask a question. And Bergen, not knowing quite what to derive from this divine source, bided his time until he was released and was able to speak with you all and come up with a plan. Davos then dove into the stone and asked what they had to do, what you had to do to restore the ordning. And the voice told you had to return King Hecaton to the throne and save him from the threats above and below. He asked who has captured Hecaton, and we were informed Stalacrythel, the Kraken. And then lastly, he asked if his father could be saved, as they never found the body. He was knocked into the river when they had been attacked almost a year ago. And he was told that he does live, in a way, petrified within the lair of Thane Kayalithica. And that, my dudes, is where we're going to pick up tonight's session of Dungeons and Dragons.
Frozen bath carbonite Han Solo style.
Yeah. Anything before we get going? Anything I missed? Anything you want to recap on or highlight or draw attention to?
We are short on spell slots with no
Indeed.
Yeah, we can discuss
real
what to do
time
here in
for
a
long
second.
rest.
Yeah, well, that's what I guess that's what we need to decide. Where are we gonna go? / what do we want to do before we try to rest? If we want to try to rest. The other thing I wanted to say is I wanted to mention again, I was really proud of y'all for last week. Like, the combat was fucking, like, y'all were doing great. Like, that was pretty cool. That's the first time that since me and Joey have been playing together, that, like, we were playing like a dungeon raiding group. The tank did what the tank does. You guys were handing out buffs and heals, and, like, it was crazy. That was just really cool.
It was pretty solid.
It was.
Was that the one where the guy came out of the wall and fucking Tally just like zapped him all at once? Was that same session? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was all last session.
Well, no, I actually played a session without all of you guys last week. All of you are dead now. We're actually picking up at your funeral. Daphne is inconsolable. The rest of them...
Daddy boy!
Morak is giving you a very soulful rendition of that as we speak.
No joke though. I don't know how much I would be able to rest just finding out my dad is alive.
Where we, you guys are currently within one of the Uthgard chambers, and you have been joined by Kodiak, who has told you, after some very thorough persuasion by Davos, he has told you that he will fight alongside his chieftain to ensure the protection of the tribe. You guys have quite a few directions you could go. And Hydia takes a moment to point out what she knows. She says, to the north lies Kayalithica's chambers, but I believe personally that we should hold off until we have united the rest of the tribe. If we were to attack, there could be other giants within who could either come to reinforce her, or could attack our people, and many casualties could be had. There is one chamber to the far south, beyond the room you just visited, that has many carvings that might prove of filled with valuable information. And then across the cavern, back the way we came, or at least somewhat, you go through room 9 and out here, there are 2 more groups of Uthgard on the opposite side of the river, as well as a few nefarious beasts, but I believe I can guide us around at least a few of them. What's the plan?
Bergen, I know you said, Spencer, I know you said last week that you're good for one more encounter on spell slots, you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yes.
Let me
Okay.
see.
I was about to say, the way I see it, we can go try to fight Kayalithica right now, or we can clear the tribe out, try to rest, and go back, or clear the rest of the tribe out and then go back. I think we need to try to rest if we can.
Before Kayalithica.
Yeah.
If you say this out loud, Hydia will tell you, Kayalithica is a very skilled warrior. She did not become Thane through inheritance. It is a title that is won, much like First Claw. She is fearsome, and is deeply attuned with this place. You saw how one giant could freeze time. He chose to use that as an opportunity to retreat. She will not be so merciful.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need my spell slots then.
Yeah. Because we get the tribes out, so we all huddle up together for protections, and then tomorrow morning, so we go chops our fucking heads off.
Interesting.
When you say we, you mean me, right?
I mean, someone has to stand there to make sure you don't get squashed
Probably.
while you kills hers.
Probably Hilda.
Hydia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick
She,
question. I found this
Oh.
arrow catching shield, and it needs attunement.
Yeah, you have
does
to
it
do that
take,
over a
like-
rest.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's
So
my
you either have to
question.
take a short rest or a long rest. Speaking of
Heard that.
Hydia, you all see that she is looking rather worn, and she will tell you, I have, as of late, been in a, not stoic, a stasis, nearly. We have done very little in the way of combat, and that did take a toll on me. Some rest would behoove me as well, but even tomorrow I do not think I will be fighting at my best.
I realized after the session that when she does the thing where she gets 3 attacks, she gets exhaustion every time she does that. So she's not
After
feeling-
her rage ends, not every
After
time she
after
attacks.
the
So she technically has 2 levels of exhaustion, which means her ability checks, or no, her saving throws and her movement is halved. Saving throws disadvantage, movement halved.
Indeed. Pulled it up a minute ago. So it sounds like we. Wait, Amaris
So
is
we
with the
need to
last.
gather-
Was with the
We need to gather troops.
one section of the tribe. Yeah.
Indeed.
Lord Amaris will be with one section of the tribe.
Indeed, she tells you he's at the very back end of the canyon. It will be the last room that we come across, more than likely.
I'm not running across giants on the way. Fuck. Okay. If it is we are agreed, takes us to the rest of the tribes quickly, so we can get them out of theirs.
Would you like to stop by the carving room along the way, or would you like to bypass it?
Is that room 6?
It is indeed.
Does she know what is? Does she know what's written there? She speaks giant.
She says, I have not studied it much myself. There are hundreds of carvings, but they seem to have cultural significance, wisdom that has been imparted upon them. I do not know if it will be guarded or not, but it would be beneficial to try to see what we can learn from it. We may even learn more about Kayalithica and her abilities.
Definitely then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tally's he wants to goes in. He also speaks giant, I believe. Sticks her heads in.
We all speak giant there, friend. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to take a gander, but would appreciate it if you were to be close by.
I'll stay right behind him.
Kodiak also steps up beside you and goes, I will prove a sturdier protector. Let us escort him. And the tension's already rising. I will bring everybody sort of just into a loose formation here. You guys make your way through the tomb to the edge of this room, where Tally peeks his head around a corner, inside of which he sees an unfurnished cave, and every inch of the walls is covered with pictograms. Rough carvings depicted variant scenes of stone giant life. There is a stone giant inside, chipping away at the rock with a pickaxe. At a glance, that's probably all that he can see, but he relays this information to you all. Only one of them? We can probably take him, yeah?
Well, there's the chances the motherfucker slides into the floors and goes and gets 3 more of Sims.
Not if we kill him
He
first.
shrugs. Hmm?
Can anybody? So we can't kill him on. We can't kill him on 1 strikes each. Does anybody have the ways to hold them stills?
Let me look at Tally's spells.
I don't think the barbarians do. I think Entangle doesn't restrain them. It just makes it
Unless
difficult
they
terrain.
fail us.
I
Strength
can
save.
make him grovel, but that doesn't last for very long.
It's a round though. Gives us a second round to
Right.
kill on him. I mean,
He takes
That might
he
be-
takes
that
an
might be
action
pretty
to get
close.
back up.
Goldbrand can
Right.
try to grapple him too. That would be really hard for Goldbrand though. He can't waste a rage on this. Unless we're gonna
Tally's
sleep.
got ensnaring strike, but it's a strength save, which I feel like giants would be more likely to pass.
Yeah, they're gonna pass. That's why Goldbrand can rage and try to grab him if we really want to get in here and see the room. Along with the grovel, like maybe that should be enough. Hold him still in 1 spot, blast him down, pray he can't run away. I have 2 more rages. I can rage for this and 1 more fight, but then I gotta sleep. Runs out the blood bleeds, go through grinds wars.
What's the plan, my guys? Gonna try to get the
Surprise
jump on him?
attack. We might be able to get 2 rounds each on a surprise.
Yeah, like, how far away is he from the entrance?
10, 20, about 25 feet.
Okay, so we get a surprise round. Goldbrand runs in and grapples him on the surprise round. Y'all wail on him. We hope that Bergen can grovel him.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I'll
that's-
definitely give it a shot.
That's the
Okay.
best plan I got. So I think if y'all are down with that, we'll do that. If you're not down with that, we'll leave.
Let's give it a shot.
I will reveal this area before you guys begin this. This actually reveals the last bit of this southern area. Blue. There we go. Alright.
So for the
If y'all are-
grovel, he's gotta actually be he has to actually see me, right?
I think
Or
you
you
have to
have to
see
see
him.
I have to see
Yeah.
him.
Drop it in chat just
Okay.
to be sure, but
Oh, yeah,
And I would
sure.
do that after
You-
combat starts.
for this, you guys are also going to have to roll a stealth check if you're going to try to get a surprise round on him. A group stealth
Hells
check.
yeah.
So everyone, including Hydia. Davos, if you will run Tally again. Devin, if you'll run Hydia.
Did that roll my stealth?
I would save that Spencer until after we get the
19.
surprise round if we get it, because that will
Yeah.
extend his the crowd control another turn. We'll get a whole extra round.
Right.
That is a
Idiot.
Tally's. Wow.
Hmm.
Davos with a 19, Tally with a 12. What is going on?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
We don't even have to finish it because that's 4 fails already.
Yeah, I was,
What?
I was hoping I would get a.
Because and that 1 counts for 2, so the Hydia counts for 2.
Oh.
And Kodiak, now that you are walking with him, you realize has this sort of clunky armor on that makes him a little noisier. So he's not very good for stealthing. As you guys come around the corner, and begin to charge him, he turns And the stone giant's eyes grow wide. And he drops his pickaxe, and he holds out his hand and says, "Holtz! Wait!" Do you continue?
Like, everyone just stops in the middle of creeping. We're
Yeah,
listenings.
He,
Bergen would probably stop.
Speak quickly.
Listen. I am known as the Rock Keeper. I know what you are here for. And I know that some of my allies have already fallen to you. If you spare me, I can guide the rock away and provide you with a safe exit. But if you kill me, the bird will certainly finish you off.
Do I believe him?
You can roll an insight check.
Rock Keeper, ROC.
Yes, I should have
Okay.
specified. I'm sorry. I keep all the rocks in here. This is very, very hard work. They're all over the fucking place.
So we would have a safe exit. He's not saying, "Hey, leave and don't keep fighting."
No,
He's just
he-
saying,
You gather that he is unhappy with Kayalithica and her rule, and is willing to just back away and let you guys take care of business. Providing you spare his life, of course.
let's see what
And
this
what's going to
insight check
stop you from just running straight to the fucking Thanes?
Well, I'm going to be going out of that fucking doorway. And he points toward the cavern that leads. That now that you're sort of more oriented in the space, you realize leads directly out to the rock's nest.
Going to take the birds with you?
Of course. I will take it for a hunt. Far to the north. Be out of your way.
I'd like to see him takes off, so we may not have those kinds of times. Guess Weekends allows it if he's talking to the group. Like, guess Weekends allows it if you all thinks it's prudence. Sorry, I wasn't talking to the giant.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
what he's saying. Wait, did you ever roll that insight check, or did you have to?
Yeah, you saw me. I guess you saw me go. I didn't ask. Do I believe him?
You did ask, and I told you to roll for it, and you didn't. So here we are.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Is that nice?
16. He seems to be genuine.
17.
You fuck off. You gather that he just wants to do what he can to spare his life, and that he doesn't mind even if you guys fail and he comes back. You get the sense that he could just say, "Oh, I was out hunting with the rock. I did not know anyone was here," and that he seems to be trying to avoid the conflict of it. You also gather, looking at the carvings now, that they are beautiful, like very detailed, especially for something of his scale to create such fine markings. And he seems to be doing it primarily through tools rather than just shaping the stone through magical means. You gather he is more of an artisan than a warrior.
I say it tells him to get the fucks out of here.
Well, could he tell us about what he's
More. Ask him.
carving first? What are you carving, bro?
Okay. He points and he shows you three distinct. Well, most of these seem to depict stone giants in their everyday life, but a few in particular stand out, and he shows you. There are a lot of intricate details. So, as I'm reading each of these, two people can choose to make a perception check to see if they can pick up on finer details. I will say they can make it with advantage since you're asking him to explain it to you. The first carving is of the rock, R-O-C. Its nest, and a stone giant with a pickaxe on his back, tending to it. There is a word below it, carved, Jotenglang, which, since all of you understand giant, know that it translates to the giant above. 24. That's pretty solid. With that, and taking a few moments and him talking through, you see that while this giant is definitely his keeper, in the bird's nest, there are a few objects. You see the hull of a ship. You see a battered roof. And you also see a small dome protruding from the very center of the nest. The second carving, a ruined town, shattered structures. Odd stacked stones that form eerily familiar towers. You recognize this as Oralbar. And standing in the middle of the towers is a stone giant with her head held down in shame. Beneath is written, Zork, the Silent Traitor. Let me get some, can I get more perception checks? At least 2? With advantage?
Does it have to be a different person?
It can be anybody. There we go. Oh, God.
I like to think at this point that Tally is just like
He's taking over the
history
lecture.
narration over in our head. Yeah.
It's David Attenborough. As you stare, you realize that the face of the stone giant... No, the stone giant is different from the others on the wall. You realize he has no mouth. It's very weird. You
The
also
one we're talking
realize...
to? Or
No,
the
the
card?
one on the carving, the Silent Traitor.
Zorg,
Um,
the silent trader.
You also realize that he's the only giant on the entire wall who doesn't have a weapon. Hydia will tell you. That was the towns we attacked, the second one. This one defied Kayalithica when he refused to destroy the structures. She beat him within an inch of his life. I suppose to make examples of him. I hear he lives, though. And, the carver will nod his head. We have visited, made our pilgrimage to, pay our respects to a friend who is now exiled. The third carving is a depiction of a large stalactite, which rather than being carved, the area around it has been chipped away to make a three-dimensional, perfectly rounded image. A tall, slender giant is depicted beside it, muscular, fierce, wielding an immense club and adorned with an intricately carved necklace. Dozens of smaller figures surround the stalactite. And above the carving are stars, but they're oddly spaced. Below it, the word is written Steinfang. And perceptions?
Do it. Do it to him. I need more of my National Geographic with Tally.
Oh my god.
Oh,
10 on a
no!
nat 1, though. You're rolling with advantage, so roll one more. Another nat 1, another nat 1, another nat 1.
I would be so mad.
Oh, that's not much
That's
better.
not too great. One other person can roll with advantage.
It doesn't need to be Goldbrand. It needs to be Bergen.
I'll do it as Davos.
Oh. Goldbrand's is actually +6. I didn't.
With advantage?
With advantage.
Do it, Davos.
Okay.
Jeez. Let's get the
Those
bad
are
ones out.
pretty crummy.
We're all not sure what the fuck's up. What the
It's
fuck is
a
up with
lot
that?
to take in. There's a lot going on. But what you do realize is that the stalactite, while originally appearing smooth, has carvings in it. You can't make it out per se. And if you ask, he tells you I do not know what she writes, but I know that she carves within it. Goldbrand, you actually roll a perception check for me. This is for something slightly different.
Oh, wow. Yeah, only good
Well,
rolls tonight
I should have
for
had
me.
you roll. Yeah. Well, actually, you learn a lot from that. The first thing you notice is that the way the stars are spaced, there's a gap, a hole, and you realize it's a new moon. You also gather... I told you that already. You notice that the writings on both sides of the stalactite seem to be different. In the same script, but different handwriting, as it were. What she is carving and what is on the opposite side are not from the same source. You also notice that the smaller figures are of many different races. You see humanoids, a minotaur, a harpy, several figures. It's weird.
Like a statue garden?
If you say this aloud, I'll nod his head. Kayalithica has been known to petrify particular and difficult enemies. There's a trophy room of sorts for her.
And this thing is theirs. That she writes on.
Is theirs?
Is like it's in the room with all of
Yes.
the statues.
This is her. He says this is the depiction of her lair. We are not allowed within. It is only for stone giant thanes, but we have caught glimpses. This is what I have seen.
I guess that answers that question.
Do you know if it is possible to reverse this petrifications? Is that what you call it?
He sort of shakes his head. It is not something we have ever done. I know that she possesses powers to animate stone, but I do not believe she can reverse it.
Okay. It is since you mentioned about the different scripts, Goldberg will say that it seems like it could be some kinds of oracles, and he'll point to the thing that about the different script. Obviously, it's just communicate things with some things.
Are you saying this to the party or to the giant?
To the party. Just trying to expound on what he gathered from looking at. Follow your hints you give me.
I guess I'll just ask if there's something we could know, should know on how to fight her easier. Weak points. Make
I have
sure
seen
she doesn't
Kayalithica in
grab
battle
the
many
conch.
times. She is fearsome, relentless, ferocious. I would not go in half-cocked. You all look like you've... Well, no offense, you all look like shit.
We have skills.
What does that have
Well,
to do with
Goldberg
having
wouldn't
a
pick it up.
boner?
What?
What does that have to do with having a boner?
God.
We've
What?
killed 5 giants. Fucks yous. You might
Say that he, like, inches a little closer toward the wall.
You might be tired of snooze if you had kills 5s of you fuckers.
I am tired of the bloodshed. This is not what I want for my people. But it is all Kayalithica seeks. Destruction. Desolation. Wiping everything that you small ones build from the face of the earth.
Long endeavors. These children's are fuckings everywhere.
Fucking
Gonna
rats.
build a tower over her corpse.
That's beautiful.
Nightstone Keep will have Kayalithica's tomb underneath.
Beautiful.
That's
Alright.
a dope ass video game location. Kayalithica's tomb.
Free to desecrate at will.
It's our urinal.
Oh, God. That's beautiful.
I
Horrifying.
think I gotta go take
Beautiful.
a wicked Kayalithica.
I like how
Okay.
this NPC is really straight up, just like, this bitch is nothing to play with, and we're literally over here like, we're gonna
Gonna
piss on her.
her.
I'm gonna drink out of her skull.
After you piss on her? Gross.
It's initiation back home. Sorry.
Those are gross. Those are
Is
the
that all
three.
of the-
Those are the 3 interesting carvings. Most of the others show giants, mostly performing some type of artisanal work. Some of them are carvers, sculptors. Some of them are stone stackers. Some of them are artists of various forms and means. But those are the only things that seem particularly interesting. And unless you guys say anything, your stone giant friend begins to dips his head a bit. He starts to walk away, and then he turns and says, "Stay out of the fucking nest," and leaves.
I think he's talking about that spherical dome in the middle of the rock's nest. I point to the painting again.
"Stay away from it," he says from down the hallway. No, I'm kidding.
I means, it's coulds bees, the conches, but it might be more prudence to check Kayalithica's corpse first. If it's not on her
Yeah, I don't
corpse, we
think
can.
it's the conch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a conch by any means. Not
Oh, I
not
see. It's detailed
anything
enough.
close to what you have gathered from Chief Guh. It doesn't look anything like that.
Okay. Probably just shinies. We can grab it after we kill.
That's something that would be massive too, not like a gemstone. But
Oh
like a-
fuck! But what if it's an egg?
Well,
That's
that's
what
what I was thinking.
kind of thinking.
Oh, I want it.
Stay out of the fucking nest. You're down the hall. You do also
Or
hear.
like one of those, like you see the head pop up, like imagining, and it's like spinning around. Stay out of the fucking nest.
You do hear, after a moment, a horn coming from the direction that he exited from.
Oh.
A few minutes go by. Not a few minutes, a few moments go by. Before you hear a screech responding to it. And if you stay long enough, you hear wing beats grow louder and louder and louder. Before finally, the earth rattles a bit. As you gather, the rock has landed. You wait, tense, before you hear the wing beats once more. And you gather that the bird has departed. You also gather that Captain Tajin is very thankful to no longer be pursued by the rock that was kind of kicking his ship's ass, TBH. Like, not made for battle with a rock.
That's a big yikes. Are we going to go look in the nest or not?
Not right now.
Fair enough.
Maybe after Kayalithica, maybe.
Then which ways? Asked Hydia. To the tribes?
Tribe.
Alright.
Preferably the you said last chamber. Yeah, so try to get to the paladins as soon as possible.
Okay.
He can get out with the tribes. We can go kill that bitch, or sleeps.
Fantastic. She leads you guys to the end of this passage, which I'm heading to the north for those of you who cannot see. And as you come out, you find yourself in the canyon itself. And previously, when you came out, you were atop a high ridge that has a stone bridge over the river. But now before you stands the beginning of the River Delambir. Perhaps 15 feet wide, not terribly deep. The current not particularly strong, but she points to a couple of particular entryways. Let me make sure I'm pointing at the right one. She says, and actually she begins walking you guys down the canyon because y'all can't really see him from where you are. Bloop, 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 bloop. She points and says, this one here, to our rights. I know the giants have been there frequently. Believe it would be best avoided. She points to a high ridge before you. Says, if we can climb up it, the tribe is just beyond that. She points to the one beyond it. If we cannot, we can go in through that passage. And if we are careful, can snake our way around one of the creatures that lies in wait and find the other group of both groups if we are swift.
So we'll need to do both of them to get all of the tribe?
And I think to get to Lord Amaris. He's in the last chamber, she said.
In the last chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, she says we could if we go through this passage, if we can get up the cliff, there's one just beyond there. Further north, there is another. We can get to it by that passageways up to the far north. But
that one has enemies.
it has a beast that we have an agreement with. I will provide it with payment. It will allow us passage. Not a stone giant. Though, she says, admittedly, there could be some going about.
So we have that 30-foot rope?
Oh,
On that
Zeus
line
has the
rope?
magic climbing globes.
Oh, and I think we said it was 60 foot. Is that right? Let me look that up.
30 feet.
I
No,
thought it was
maybe it is 6. I think it's 30.
I will look in
I
our game
agree.
notes.
60 foot silk rope.
Alright.
Silk who?
Holds up to
Sounds like we
3,000
got our way
pounds.
up.
Jesus. So we don't even have to take turns. We can just all start climbing down it.
Up it?
Yeah, sorry.
Or we
right.
could just grab and it can like lift us up like an elevator since it's a magic one.
Thematically, we're
Go-
gonna go with that. You all take out the rope and pass it down the line. Each of you grab a hold of it, and whoever's at the head of it, who wants to be leading this entry?
Gobran will go first, just in case.
Gobran, you
Just in case
flick your
one-
wrist, and the rope stiffens and begins to rise. And you all grip tightly as it begins to pull you up. And you realize you didn't quite get the spacing right. Like, you guys were all kind of standing right by each other, so now, like, Goldbrand's feet swings down and hits Davos, and Davos' shield is, like, clattering against Bergen, and it's a little less graceful than you had imagined, but you're like, alright, first time, we're learning. And you guys make your way to this room, which I need to reveal and find my page for. Here we go. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Sounded like Nickelodeon.
Nick, 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 Nicolella. Come on. There we go. Bloop. All right.
Oh no.
This chamber appears to be another Uthkart occupied one, though it's the smallest you've seen so far. There are just 5 barbarian warriors that you see here, who all greet Hydia warmly as she approaches. But once again, when Goldbrand enters, shocked gasps reverberate throughout the chamber, except for one figure, an older man, adorned in a bearskin cloak, who smiles gently as he approaches, much more wizened than any of the Uthkart you have seen thus far. You see gray hair peek out from the sides of the bear's teeth, with thick fur armor that covers pale, cracked skin. You see grayed, cataract eyes that look distant and unfocused, and the skin around his nostrils is red, cracked, and irritated. Goldbrand, you recognize this figure as Lothar.
He didn't have cataracts when I left, did he?
I mean, yeah, it's sort of a byproduct of what you do over long periods of time.
So Gobrand's aware this could have happened, was happening.
It's further in the process in the years that you've been gone, the 2 years that you've been gone. But you knew he was already losing his sight, so to speak, and was unable to read the stars even, but was beginning to lose his everyday sight as well. He grips your arm tightly for a surprising strength for an old man, and he says, "Welcome's home, Starkeeper. I never doubted yous for a moment. Where does the path take us next?"
We have to gather the rest of the tribes, but then we are going out to a place of greater strength than this.
He nods his head. "I follow the way that you guide us to."
Damn straight. It's about time someone's around here, dids. He's gonna
Well,
shoot Kodiak a dirty look, and
he
he
sort
says,
of snarls and grimaces and doesn't say anything.
yeah,
Lothar
fancy.
will say, "I suppose that yous have already heard of Arvid. He was not as connected to the skies as you were. Always concerned more with events on the ground than in the skies. It is a loss, but I am relieved to see you have returned to us."
We can train another ones in the place where the path will lead after this, but we have to get there first. There are moors in the chambers beyond.
He nods his head, though there is the roper to deal with.
Hydias has told us about that. Does he have a weapon? Or is there anyone around that has a weapon?
They all have weapons.
Alright.
Even the older, more
Yeah.
feeble members of the tribe are armed.
Takes these in the tribes and goes and meets Griselda's. She is outside somewheres. Hopefully not all in that little fucking caves, but meet up with the rest of the tribes. We will send the rest out, and then we have some errands.
He nods his head. "I will do as you guide, Starkeepers." Give me just 1 second to drop all these bitches off down there.
Bergen,
Hydia
got
tells
some
them the
bomb for that
passages-
dude's nose?
What?
I was asking Bergen if he had some bomb for that dude's nose. It's all chappy.
It's a fair question, to be honest. I mean, dude looks rough. And you all, after thinking about it for a second, you realize that it's probably a side effect of the bloodweed. You've seen Goldbrand snort it for various purposes. And this seems to be what Devin touching his nose subconsciously. And you gather that this is, if Goldbrand were to continue doing what he's doing for another few decades, that he too may be blind, maybe worse for wear, as side effects from his sight catch up to him.
Treasure.
Indeed.
Uh,
Hydia
I
points.
guess I asked Goldbrand, is that, or even Lothar, is that condition reversible or able to be halted?
Yeah. Are you asking specifically about his sight, or about the nose, or about just in
The
general?
sight.
He says,
His cataracts.
He says, our healers have done what they have could to slow down the process. But I do not think it to be reversible. While I can see roughly figures and forms, fine detail is beyond me. I have not seen the stars shine in many years.
I kind of like write that down in a notebook.
Fix
Sure,
Goldbrand's
like
teacher.
Your lyric
no, like
notebook?
it's a good
Your
line.
lyric
yeah.
notebook?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, no, yeah, even better.
You might like to talk to this ones, if you have the chance later down the roads. You twos might get alongs.
Davos and Lothar.
Me and
Yeah. Anyway, they hustle out of there.
Okay.
I hope. If that's where he's gonna take them.
Hydia will point to the 3 various chambers and tell you what she knows of them. She says, to the south, that's chamber we were told to never enter in. I do not know why. The one across from us snakes around the southern chamber and goes to an area where the giants typically gather. Sometimes bathe, sometimes clean their weapons. To the north is the Roper's lair, and beyond that, the tribe. Which way?
what do we have to pay this roper?
She takes off a pouch from her belt and opens it, and you see 7 gemstones within it. Fine, sparkling, dazzling.
We must have some of those.
Every time we pass, we must feed the beast 1 stone. Just 1 for our group, thankfully. While it is a greedy bastard, it does not take more than what it is worth. These we have gathered from the chamber, the gemstones by the old tribe, where Kodiak was.
Would we be able to use that against Kayalithica?
The roper?
Yeah, is it our tribe's roper or is that Kayalithica's roper?
She shakes her head. The roper has lived here. It is a type of creature that, in infancy, dwells upon the ceilings. It is impossible to distinguish from a stalactite. But when it falls, often to attack its prey, it will plant itself, and in time, grow into this. It is not something that we allied ourselves with, something that we just provide payment for in exchange for hassle-free travel. Besides, she shakes the gems, these mean nothing to me.
She gets
I had
it.
a
Now
feeling.
you understands what I'm talking about. These children tells me that we are fuckings rich, but obviously I can't fuckings.
You can't fuckings anymore. Oh no.
Has no idea.
That's what
Can't fuckings even understands all the numbers that they use. Awfuls.
Ugh, numbers, she says. Shall we
Everyone
go?
looks vaguely relieved. Yeah, let's go. I also
I see
imagine
you
Tally's
two are,
over here nodding like,
You two are perfect for each other. I see.
Damn right. Let me do 2 things real quick, and then we'll proceed to the next chamber. Okay. And that's thing 1, and thing 2.
What?
No, sorry, I had to prep one more thing. There we go. As you guys enter the next cave, it is open to the sky. The wall is 150 feet high, with scores of natural, moss-covered ledges that overhang the ledges. Firelight spills from an opening at the top of a 30-foot ledge along the northern wall. That's this up here. A 5-foot deep pool of rainwater stands in the middle of the floor between 3 stalagmites, and the fossilized remains of 4 stone giants fill alcoves carved into the wall. You see bats fluttering about the mouth of the cave, and you also see that it's beginning to grow later. You are now into the approaching evening. As Hydia stops you at the entryway and says, "Hold up a stone. We must space for passage." She takes one of the rubies and tosses it towards the pool. And just before it touches the surface, a red and yellow eye appears on the stalagmite as it shifts revealing long, coiling tentacles that snatch at the stone and draw it near. A crack appears alongside the stalagmite, and a broad maw of hundreds of needle-like teeth appear, hungrily swallowing the gem, before once again returning to its resting state, indistinguishable from any of the other stalagmites. Hydia ushers you along quickly as she mutters, "Greedy bastards." She takes you guys past this thing.
Stalacrythel.
What was that?
Cracking up the cave. Stalacrythel.
Stalacrythel.
Stalactite.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're a bastard. It took me a second to get that too, and I'm even mad about it.
God,
Next.
those things are gross. Wish it gets ones for the dungeons.
Okay. Bloop, bloop,
We
bloop.
already have an octopus.
Yeah, you kind of have a kraken. You guys are... You're fine.
It's giant octopus.
Plot twist, or, excuse me, pop quiz. Who did you get that from?
The giant
Cloud
octopus?
Giant.
Wex.
Fortress guy.
Bergen stole it from Wex.
Who was?
The Kraken
When they
Priest.
charged. Are you sitting there trying to make us draw a conclusion that Stalacrythel is our own octopus in our mode?
No. Oh, I love that theory. No, just, Kraken Priest. Stalacrythel. Kraken of the Deep. Huh. Anywho, you guys make your way up this passage, and a familiar-looking cavern reveals itself around the winding pass, bringing to light a campfire that burns between a rocky pillar and two tall stalagmites. Southeast of the campfire is a 30-foot wide hole in the wall that looks into the dimly lit grotto that you just passed through. Two large stone cages are tucked under a natural overhang along the north wall and filled with filthy straw and torn linens. Seated around the fire are a few blue bears who rise respectfully to meet the eyes of their chief. A few stir from the rough cots, begin to stand, as I try to get this in chat.
Oh no. That was a good picture of the rover.
Yeah, they're creepy, aren't they? But one figure steps forward with unusual tattoos across her face. Bands of black, with line of skin that imprecise diamonds, crisscross a weathered face with deep-set wrinkles, hidden behind thin locks of hair. Stern eyes glint just slightly when they meet Goldbrand's, before carefully examining your compatriots. Goldbrand, you recognize this woman as Chaska, den mother of the Blue Bear tribe. Hydia speaks in Bolthi and urges the tribe to bear witness to the return of Goldbrand Starkeeper, who has come to free them from our makeshift alliance. God, I'm getting tired of saying that.
I mean, you've done most of the works. You should just tell them you're getting them out of here. Anyways, it is imperative he'll address the tribe in Bolthi. Or I guess in common, he'll say, it is imperative that you get out of here now. So we have cleared the ways, and we have. Oh, is there a way out right here? Well,
if you ask, Chaska will shake her head and say, "That leads to the lair of Thane Kayalithica, over the canyon." By the way, it is good to see you again, Goldbrands. Welcome back to the tribes. We have missed your strength and your guidances.
Do I believe her?
You can roll an insight check.
Sorry, I just...
25. No, she seems genuine. Well, I mean, you and Chaska don't have a negative relationship by any means.
She didn't seem happy to see me, is what I gathered from your narration earlier. Was the only reason that
Not displeased, but not as excited as Lothar by any means. She also...
It's good to see everyone's again, even briefly. But I have obligations to fulfill before we can all get together and speaks properly.
After a second, she looks past you. And she locks eyes with you, Davos. And in common, she says, "By Uthgar, another warrior of the sun?" Her wrinkled brow raises. She gets a better look at you, places her hand upon your jaw and turns your face slightly, and goes, "Oh, and not just any, but on this night we meet the son of the Sun Knight, which means you may know hymns as well. She points to a cage that you passed as you entered. And what you originally had mistaken for worn linens is an aged man, older and shabbily dressed in tattered rags. Wispy gray hair surrounds a balding scalp, a thin frame. So I once again try to drop something in my notes. Sorry, a lot of people you're meeting. The body that you can see is covered in deep bruises. The figure appears to be unconscious, lying on the floor in the dirty straw that litters the cage. You see a balding scalp, thin frame, a sallow, worn face, and bloodied bandages that wrap around his eyes. Davos, you recognize this man as a severely malnourished, perhaps sightless, Lord Amaris of Erembor. Chaska will tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. He just underwent interrogation with Thane Kayalithica. She beats them ruthlessly, and has every day since. He arrived, 10 days ago? Kayalithica is asking of the defenses of the city of the small folk, and has been intent on destroying all of them. What were you wanting to say?
I was just gonna say, is he locked in that cage? You said caged.
It's a cage made of stone. There is no lock, there is no clasp, there are no hinges. It seems to have been formed by the stone giants around him. But it is broad enough space to where you can reach an arm in, but not pass through.
Probably do some cure wounds or something, maybe, if that's necessary.
He seems unconscious at the moment. You think that might have helped?
Like 0 hit points unconscious?
Not like... He's not making death checks, or death saves or anything, but he's in very rough shape.
Yeah. I'll do a first level cure wounds, maybe get him speaking, possibly.
Okay. You reach into the cage and place your hand upon his chest, and your amulet glows dimly as the energy pours through you and into this figure, who awakes with a stir and gasp a bit. And he actually reaches out and finds your breastplate just beyond the bars of the cage and your amulet. Erembor, is that you, old friend?
No, it's Davos.
Davos.
Is that you, Amaris?
By the light, you've returned as a true knight of our Lord. Forgive me. I am not well. Kayalithica is savage and relentless. Thankfully, some of the youth guard have been compassionate. Fed me scraps, tended to some of my worst wounds. Please, and he grips onto the bar, free me from this place.
Is that like a strength check that we're not gonna ever pass?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to figure out
Depends
the
on how
best
you
way
wanna
to
go about
break it. Yeah, so do you want me to try just to hit this once? Sharp stones breaks other stones? Hold up my axe.
If Kayalithica's in the next room, I know she might hear it, or I fear she might hear it.
If you want, you can take a look toward that entryway and get a better idea of what's beyond it.
Like a perception.
Does Tally have thieves' tools? Oh, it's not a lock on the cage.
It's not a locked, yeah.
Yeah.
If one of you does adventure over,
Tally will go look.
But I don't have mold earth. Jeez, that would have been such a good spell.
So,
For this
do I have to have
particular
that
dungeon, yeah.
prepared to have that? Because it's not prepared.
paired spells is such a weird thing. I mean, I don't think mold earth works on stone though, does it? That's a can. Is that the cantrip?
I believe so. I'll look it up.
Doesn't work
Yeah,
on
maybe you
stone.
need
Just
to be
dirt.
like the first or second level spell equivalent.
Stone shape is like a 4th
Yeah.
level spell.
Yeah, it's stacked.
If you take a
so
peek
yeah.
into the next area, You see
24.
carved into the back wall of the canyon is a 150-foot tall statue of the stone giant god, who you recognize from the much smaller statue within the Eye of the Allfather. You recall Harshnag telling you that its name is Scorious Stonebones. The figure appears to be a powerfully built stone giant, with spikes protruding from his head and shoulders. The monument is an astonishing bit of stonecraft, in terms of its sheer size, but also the details within. Rivulets of water pour down from the mountain over the statue, which channels the water into the stream that flows throughout the canyon. The sound of falling water is quite loud here, and a thick mist drifts over everything. You also see two stone giants kneeling before the statue, their heads bowed, their stone great clubs lying on the ground beside them. You faintly hear them praying in giant. Oh, is that your perception check for this room?
Yeah.
24?
Yeah.
Okay. You look the statue over, and you see a glint in its right eye.
Like a shimmering glint.
Just something
jewel?
catching the evening light. Something not stone. It's a good ways away. This is in the eye of the statue at the far north, so this is quite a ways away from where you currently are. But
Alright.
you gather from the volume of the water that Kayalithica probably would not hear if you were to break into the cage. Nor would you imagine these giants would either.
Okay. Then yeah, I'd say let's try to, I don't know, bang something into it. I
Alright.
think
Go over-
I'm good.
Go
I
over and
mean-
make us make
Yeah, he'll try to hit it like at the top of one of the things to see if he can hit it at the top and the bottom and like knock a
An area loose?
spike out.
Okay.
Is that what- yeah.
You can either swing with your axe, or you can make an athletics check. I'll let you pick.
I don't think I have advantage on athletic checks when I'm not. I'll make an athletics check. I don't have advantage right now, but I'll go ahead and make it. Yeah.
That's good. You
I'll
go
go
to
to
the
the
you go to
Only
the
a
top of it, and you grip tightly upon the stone slab that forms the roof. And
Oh.
you push and push, and it is not separate from the stone. It is connected, but nonetheless you hear several cracks as you break it off of the bars and throw it to the side. And by doing so, grab the stone and pull back and snap off 3 or 4 of these segments to provide enough room for Lord Amaris to be removed from it. When he
Like I gave him like my best rations, whatever I have. Like
he takes them thankfully and drinks and eats a bit quickly. You can tell that he's been neglected for quite some time. But he looks to you and he says, Erembor was here, Davos. Her captive for all that time, nearly a year. The Uthgar told me that a few months ago, there was another knight such as myself, and I knew immediately that it had to be him. They say she beat him mercilessly, for months, questioning him about the defenses of Loudwater, Orlbar, and Lork. When she captured me, I was put to the same trials. But a few days ago, I was taken to her lair where she amplified her interrogation tactics to new levels of cruelty. Within her den lies the petrified forms of dozens of those who have opposed her. Some humanoid, some monstrous, but all nothing more than lifeless stone. She then showed me her father, his body petrified, yet relentlessly determined in his visage. It was the last thing she wanted me to see, before she blinded me. She has your father, one of dozens of marble trophies within her lair, bewitched to be petrified to the very core. And she's threatened me with the same. And he lifts the filthy linens and reveals that his legs up to his shins have been petrified. She has begun to slowly do this process to him in hopes of prying information out of him.
I ask if it can be reversed or can they be saved? Does he know?
I have known of healers that are powerful enough to restore such things. At least in this state, I do not think it to be something too difficult to find. As for your father, I do not know. I imagine if we could get this statue somewhere in one piece that we might have a chance to. If we can find someone capable enough.
She comes for you every day?
He nods his head. And upon saying that, Chaska will chime in. You are lucky, Golbrands. This night is the new moon's, which Kayalithica communes with her gods. She will be secluded in her chambers for the entire night, as long as nothing else alerts her of danger within her home.
I have a plan.
Is it the campsites outside of her lairs? Because that's what I was going to
Kinda,
say.
if she's the one who physically comes in here to grab Amaris, then essentially we will put him back in the cage. And when she comes in, we would ambush her. But if she sends her lackeys to do it, then I'm not as game. But basically, we can catch her 1-on-12.
What does Amaris do? She comes for you every day. Did you
That's
ask
what I
her?
asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll clarify. Is it specifically her? Does she come alone?
Yeah.
Chaska will tell you that it varies. Sometimes she sends someone to do it. Sometimes, if she is in a particularly foul mood, or has something she wishes to bark at the clan, she will make her way in person.
Never usually more than one giant at a time.
Sometimes two.
I'm just
But-
thinking, like, even if we can take them one by one, maybe more would come. Hey, what's taking them so long? You go see.
But have they come for him today?
Yeah.
Yes,
and
he
that's
has
what
been.
he's
Yes.
saying that we have
so
the
it'll-
night free
Yeah.
to rest.
And they won't be back till in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. We can hide, and then whoever comes to get him, hopefully it's just one, ambush him. If it's not her, then we can either wait for another one to come, or
I mean,
Just
if we
push
complete
it.
our rest and one hasn't come, we should just go. We know she's going to be in there till the morning, and her lair till in the morning.
right.
Likely alone.
Okay, so you're saying just go to the lair after a rest? Don't even
Yeah,
wait on
or
her?
even camp out there if we had to. I really want to finish the rest, so that might not be a great idea. But yeah, if we can get in there while we know she's alone, maybe it'll just be her.
What's the plan, fam?
Well, we're definitely taking a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah, regardless of Golbram will say to
Chaska-
Chaska.
Okay, go ahead.
The rest of the tribes has gathered at the mouth of the canyons, in the cave nearby where the bears were kept, or at least the Roundsits. Goes and takes the rest of them's gods. Oh well, Uthgards. I don't know. Could he give directions to Nightstone from here? I guess it's Devin's questions.
Are you wanting them to go ahead and try to get to Nightstone? Or are you wanting?
I don't know. That's really
Um,
travels a little bits of ways. Now
She-
that you have everyone's togethers, waits for us.
We wouldn't
Okay.
need the extra help. Is that even an option?
I was gonna say most of them do not seem eager to fight Kayalithica.
Gotcha.
The only ones that are eager to fight her are with us at the moment, unfortunately.
And if you ask her to travel to Nightstone, Chaska will make mention of that. She will say, "You possess within your company two of our finest warriors. It would be risky for us to try to leave without them. But we will join the rest of the tribe and find somewhere to hide. I believe we heard the rock depart not long ago, so the passage should be clear for some time."
But not till in the mornings? Does it hunt for
She shrugs.
days at a time? Hours at a time? I don't know.
She shrugs.
Regardless. Goes
Alright,
together with
onward.
tribes. Yeah.
Before we do that,
Aw.
Chaska sort of approaches you off to the side, Davos, and she tells you, Warrior of the Suns, your father underwent many forms of torments. Some were torturous on the flesh, others on the mind. And he was brought to this place by Kayalithicus. With a sword, a fine weapon, the blazing sun upon the hilts. In one of her later interrogations, she fed the blade to the beast within the next passage, which devoured it whole. Your father seemed to lament the loss of his blade. And if it were my father, I would want to reclaim it. I do
The
not.
Roper took it?
Kayalithica fed it to the Roper, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I will not pretend to understand how the beast works, but when its maw opens, I have caught glimpses of gemstones. And the blade, worn, rusted, but seemingly still whole. Do with that what you will. She begins to guide the rest of the tribe out the passage. And if you look on from the cliff, she throws the Roper a gemstone, which it greedily gobbles up before they pass through out of your sight.
So we gotta tie a rope to my foot, let the Roper eat me.
No.
Like,
It's
jump
not
in,
quite
grab
that
the
big.
sword.
Like it's the spire itself is probably about 5 feet. At the base, probably about 3-ish feet in diameter. Not a large or a huge creature, but
Made mostly of stone.
yeah, seems to be. It looks just like a stalagmite, so you gather it's made from stone.
It may be prudent to do that after Kayalithica, or maybe after
Yeah.
even we've made sure all the giants are dead.
Right.
But I think we can. I for sure think we can kill it.
If you say
Unless we
that,
want to do it now.
Chaska
No.
will say, it's maybe wiser to face it before you heals up for the night. If it fights you tomorrow, it may weaken you enough for Kayalithica to finish you off.
That is a valid point as well.
I am full of them, thank you.
I mean, if y'all think y'all are good for, I don't think it'll be as hard as a giant. I hope.
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with that.
I mean, I ideally don't want to fight it, but
Go around. We'll look at the other 2 blue bears and ask if is there's a ways that you know of to distract it, or is it always just snatch up the gems and that's it?
Typically just snatches up the gems. I have not thought of taking it on, for we were told of how to pass by it unharmed. But I do not believe it to be too terrible a foe. We have killed bigger.
I'm going to get my dad's sword, and
I was
to
gonna
the
say, you
rope.
don't want that story.
For sure.
I
I feel like Davos starts walking, Bergen immediately turns to follow, and then it's just like everybody else. Like, all right, here we go.
All right. You guys go ahead and pick your marching order and approach this cave down here. I'll put you guys at the location. You guys can stack it yourselves how you would like to be, and then we'll get down to business. And everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh, they know we coming.
It has. Hideo would tell you. It can feel vibrations within the earth. If you approach through the tunnels, it knows it. Wow, 3 gold brands. Killer.
Yeah, I thought I almost used my inspiration on it, but I'm gonna wait for the Kayalithica boss
That's
fight.
probably a good bet, yeah.
Hideo rolled a 15.
What did Tally get? I'm not seeing him.
an 11. Me and him
I
got
see it
an
now,
11.
thank you. 11. Alright. Alright, my dudes.
Okay.
That. I need to delete a couple things. Like,
Can we like preemptively
that?
throw a gem?
I was, but Goldberg was gonna ask to hold the gem while we, like as he approached it, but
Not a bad idea.
Sounds like we're not gonna get to sneak up on it. He was just gonna walk up to it and smack it.
Oh,
Hold the gym. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out.
I'm sorry. I need to add Kodiak to this list.
I was thinking, just yelling out, "Hey, Roper!" and then just guiding bolt
Yeah.
right into the back of its uvula.
Don't call it that.
Dude.
What
know
is it
it's-
called?
I don't. It doesn't have one. It biologically doesn't have one. Shut up. All right. Mostly just.
Apparently, the
insulting.
treasure is still inside of it. It is like almost like a living stalactite. This is
That's
whatever
weird.
stalagmite.
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 Stalactites cling tight to the
Yes,
ceiling.
that's the ceiling.
Stalagmites might be a roper, I guess. All right.
Stalag might be dead in about 3 minutes.
I love the arrogance. Fuck yes. All right. So, how are you guys approaching this? One of you wants to walk up with a stone. Is that
That
it?
was my plans. He was gonna reach in the bag and get a gem, and he's gonna take his axe out. He's gonna walk up to it, holding up the gem until it got him, or he got up close enough to smack it.
You
Everyone
know
else
what?
can follow or flank his.
I'm gonna give it a
stop him.
shot. I'll take the gem,
Okay.
hold it up as it opens its mouth.
Are you
like,
guys? Well, one second.
Oh.
Are you guys going to follow him in, or give him space, or what's your formation in this?
I want to flank him on like his left side or right side.
I was about to say, Goldbrand will go. He'll try to go this way, around the pool, because he's got to cross the pool to get to it.
Well, right now he's starting at the entryway. So, are you going
Oh,
to
I
just
see.
run past them, or are you going to follow him until he gets to that point?
I don't think he can move that far.
Tally will take up your flank. Kodiak will square up beside you. Lydia beside Goldbrand. Alright. You approach with the gem. Do me a favor, make a... what to call this? A persuasion check.
Hells yeah.
And a perception check. Shit. Well... You hold the gem forward, and the eye snaps up, open, as you approach. Probably as you approach the edge of the pool. Say that these guys all follow you. Its mouth is slit, but it is open slightly. It seems to be waiting. With your perception check, you don't catch a glimpse of anything within it.
Do I even see his teeth? Shit.
Yeah. You're in the wrong room. You're like looking like...
Right. Wrong roper. Alright. Yeah, if he's just kind of keeping his mouth semi-shut, I can't really see in there. Then, I guess I don't get the opportunity to attack, since we already rolled initiative.
Are you... I mean, initiative is there for when combat breaks out. Right now, it's thinking that you're going to present it with the gem. Are you going to just
Oh, I'm
walk up and,
definitely
like,
gonna give
hand
it
feed
the
it?
gem.
Or are you going to throw the gem?
Probably throw it in, like I said, guiding bolt right to the uvula.
Okay.
The metaphorical stalagmite, as it's...
How close do you want to get? Do you feel like you're good there, or do
not-
you want to get closer?
Can
Yeah,
guiding
yeah,
bolt
like
hit it from across the?
Yeah,
I mean,
guiding bolt. It's like 120.
120 feet, yeah.
Yeah, you could just blast it if you wanted to. Throw it and blast it if that's what you're.
That's what I'm saying, like throw it up, and as it goes, just boom,
Pop it
right
in the mouth.
into the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
You throw up
Morris
the
got
gem.
one more spell slot. He'll get in on that.
Throw up the gem, and the mouth grows wider as the tentacles emerge from it, and snatch onto it, and begin to pull it in as you both blast off a guiding bolt. Let me go ahead and see those.
Both. Who else is doing it?
I'll do it with you. I got you.
Okay.
We'll fuck this thing up.
Okay, I
Pew,
thought you were
pew.
saying the roper had a guiding bolt.
Fuck you!
All right, 21. I'm pretty sure hits.
21 does. Roll some damage.
Hold on, my
Fantastic.
filter. I didn't realize I had a filter on. That was weird.
Oh! That does not hit.
A
This thing
21
is-
doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't. It's kind of... It's made of rock. Both of your bolts...
21.
21 does not hit. No, I'm sorry. Both of your blasts hit it, and it swallows the gem, and its face grows sour. And Davos, I'm sorry, you're just in the
This bitch
wrong.
lied to us.
You're just in the wrong place, my dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds.
Ignore that. The dice roll, sorry.
Devin, you're gonna see me changing something later in the video, but I'm not cheating, I swear. Okay. Davos, from right above you, you hear a crack as a stalactite seems to fall towards you. Does an 18 hit?
No.
No. Solid.
Davos is like, fuck
I
that
got,
shit.
I got a 19.
Your senses are just acute enough to step back as this comes hurtling towards you. And what hits the ground is not stone. It's this disgusting, fleshy-looking creature with a single eye and a hook-like beak on it. And it seems that its plummet to the ground has killed it. But now that you're looking at it, it looks somewhat similar to the roper. This is a piercer. This is the younger stage of this stalagmite, of this roper. Thankfully, it has missed you, but as you look up, you see dozens of stalactites across the ceiling, and you don't know which ones are real. So, as you guys move about, you gather things might fall. And with that, we're going to go ahead and hop into initiative. The roper, furious, shoots out a tendril towards you. Make a strength check for me, Davos.
That ain't good.
Solid.
All right.
That's technically a save.
Oh, that's a save.
But
Shit.
we're going to keep it because you still got a 19. So we're good there. The
Okay.
tendril rushes towards you and wraps around your arm and tries to pull you, but you stand strong. And it is now Bergen's turn. Bergen, what you got? Oh, I'm sorry, one more. It actually makes 4 of those attacks. So,
What the
Bergen, Kodiak, Tally, all of you roll strength saves as well. Strength checks.
Save.
Checks.
Checks.
My bad.
Because it's like a contested check.
Ew.
Oh, and I have to do Kodiak, that's right.
Tallies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boys.
All right, that's 2 fails.
2
Oh, yeah,
fails.
strong.
Bergen and Davos, you are both grappled, and it
That's
pulls
Tally.
you. Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Tally and Bergen are both pulled 10 feet forward towards the beast. And when you get to where you are, another stalagmite falls. Does a 16 hit? I don't think it does.
No.
Oh, you guys are lucky. Okay.
Get ripped.
Another one collapses into the pool before you, and upon hitting the earth, squishes and dies. Beautiful. Bergen, it's your turn. You almost just got hit by a fleshy stalactite. What are you doing?
So as far as being grappled is concerned,
You can still attack it as normal, but you can't move.
I can't move. Okay. I
For
don't
this
have to,
instance, you can't
spend
move
an
away from it.
action to,
You can
Yeah.
skirt it, and you can move towards it, but you cannot move away.
I see.
You could use an action to try to break free from the grapple.
Which I believe it gets to contest with a contest your
Yeah.
strength check, technically.
Interesting. I'm going to take a shot at it with me mace. Let me find it. Cha.
Pop it. Solid.
Ooh.
Roll damage.
Nice.
This dude definitely said "whatcha."
So
Did that double?
that did not. Also, is a mace a D6 or is a mace a D8?
It's a D6.
Gotcha. That's sad. I thought it was bigger
Why
than that.
didn't it automatically crit it?
He probably
because-
didn't click the name. He
yeah.
probably used.
We're gonna double the dice
Yeah.
for that, which in this case is a 2, so 4, 7. You as it wraps around your arm and your shield, you take your mace and swing wide, and a blast of light rushes towards the beast and smacks it in the face, and it snarls angrily as it takes the damage. Who's next? Hideous. What do you do? Or I'm sorry. Do you have a bonus action, Birkin?
I don't think so. As far as like casting a spell that's a reaction spell, like now would be the time to ready it, correct?
No. So for reactions, you can do it on anyone's turn. Usually, the two spells you're talking about, usually when somebody's about to be hit. Which you can make that when you see the roll, you can decide if you want to use it, but you have to do it before I say if that hits or not.
I gotcha. And in order to do that, I would have to not use a spell this turn, correct? Like I'd have to like
You could use a spell this turn. Reaction spells do not take up the normal spell economy. So
Yeah,
Okay.
you
you
get
can
a
use
reaction every turn to
yes,
spend.
and you can use reaction
Yeah.
spells without having to worry about your main action and bonus action spells. So you could use one this turn and then still have it available there. It uses the spell slots as normal, so you go through them quicker if you do that. But
It's just a
Right.
different turn on the stack in a
I
very
gotcha.
like.
and the first one of yours are free for those two.
Right. All right.
First one's free, kid.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good right now.
Hideous.
His. These are 10-foot squares.
Oh yes, sir.
She can only move. So this
She can
this
move 4, I
water
think.
is, but she can only move 2 right now because she's exhausted level 2.
Oh, that's right.
She can walk through the. Well, she won't walk through
The water
She's
is
gonna-
not deep. It's about 2
Yeah.
feet. It's not, difficult terrain.
Oh, I can't move her. She'll come up as. She'll skirt around the edge of the water, and she's gonna go towards
1,
the 12.
2. We'll put it
2.
right there. Which,
Start heading that way.
it's poor timing, as another one of the ropers falls.
Rip.
17, I imagine hits.
Oh yeah.
She takes. Boodaloo. Ooh, 9 damage.
Rip.
They rolled pretty
That's
high
not
for
too
that. But it does die once more. Bleh. You guys are getting through them, sort of. Does she do anything else with her turn?
I guess if
She can either
she can throw
dash
a
or she can
javelin
throw a
too, but-
javelin. Yeah.
14's not hit, yeah.
To the roper, does not hit. No.
Yeah.
Kodiaks, who I will runs. Kodiaks. 1, 2, 3, 4. He manages to get to it, and he's gonna try to cleave into it. First he's going to roll. Does not hit with his sword. Then he swings with his spear. Ooh, what does he get to add to that? +6. A 21 does not hit. No. Close. You see him run into it with his longsword and stab into it with his spear, and while he makes physical contact, it doesn't seem to do anything. This is an incredibly durable beast. Davos, what you got?
How far away am I?
5, or excuse me, 10, 20, 30, about 30 feet, give or take.
I could make it.
Yeah.
If I want to.
You could get close enough to hit it melee, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
2,
just.
3.
I don't know which. Okay, that one. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What you do?
I'm gonna rapier him.
I wonder
Or
if
not.
He's gonna ropier you. Wah, wah, wah.
No.
does anybody have any man.
Give me 1 second, Davos. Okay. You go to stab it with your rapier, and you hit it, but again, it's so hard it glances off. But as you do, it strikes the tendril that's holding onto Bergen. Roll damage for me.
Okay.
9. You sever the connection. You slice right through it, and Bergen, you are no longer grappled.
Schneid.
Tally, not so lucky, but we'll get to that in a second.
Did the roper seem to mind at all?
Did not meta-wise. I'll tell you, it's a separate thing. Like it has its own hit point. It has its own AC and its own hit points, and it does not expend the hit points of the roper, and it can make more of them. Just so you're aware. But
Okay.
you've got one of your friends freed. What else you got?
Let me just make sure. I don't think I have any. I got one spell slot on first level. Nothing for now.
Telebundo.
Tally
Dagger.
is grappled, yeah.
Every time you say that, I think of badger, mushroom. Yes, he is grappled. So he can move closer and he can skirt it, but he can't go further away. It's the oldest meme, Devin. It's the only way I can explain it. Well
Kakarim.
before your time. Get it. To the roper? He might actually hit it.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tally, carry us home. Tally sighs, throw 3 daggers, and just kills it.
It's not this,
Oh, yes. He does get, since this is the first turn of combat, he does get 2 throws. That hits. Just a solid chunk of damage.
Or
That does not.
Second throw the bonus action.
So you get 3 total. You get 2 for your first action, and then you get 1 for the bonus action.
That first hit gets sneak attack.
Oh, yes.
Alright, what is that? 1, 2d6?
2d6.
2d6. I think it is, though.
And then roll your bonus action hit if that's what you want to do with it.
Alright, that's the 2d6.
7.
Bonus action, Kai Karim. The damn bee's not popping.
Does not hit. Does he want to move?
He can't. Crap.
Well, he can move toward it, and he can
Yeah.
skirt it. He just can't move away.
That's fair.
Goldbrand, what you got?
Wow, Goldbrand can't really reach it, can he? He's gonna have to dash to get there.
He would have to, yeah.
So he'll... That's not worth it once I get up on it. He'll... Oh, I can't do both. Ah! Fine. Guess I'll just run up there.
Full action?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You could
5.
get close enough. You can move 4 squares, right? You have 40
Yeah,
something.
which is here.
You could get like right here behind. Well, I guess that's still a square away. Never mind.
Yeah. It's not really worth lighting up because next turn I'll be too close to do anything.
You can just
so
throw
now-
a regular javelin,
Oh, fine. That's dumb.
or not. You could just stand there in the
No,
puddle and be
good.
sad.
But he's. Oh.
It's not like you've ever hit anything with your starry form javelin anyway. Let's be real.
Oof.
Dang. Got cataracts or something.
I'm sorry, I don't see my javelins, even though I thought I had them prepared. No. I mean, just.
It's a 1d6 damage. You know what your modifiers and stuff are, so you can recreate it.
Sorry, I was trying to remember how to. 1d20 plus. No.
That's your proficiency and your strength.
Proficiency only makes it it doesn't make it above a 20.
I see. Womp. Sorry, friend. Anything for your bonus action?
Gonna rage.
Gotcha. The roper is gonna do a couple of things. 2 more tendrils emerge, and we'll say Davos and Goldbrand both make strength checks. Not
Ah!
saved.
I get
Davos,
advantage.
you're
'cause
grappled.
I'm raging.
Indeed.
Gross.
Both of you are grappled. And then Bergen, you are lurched 20 feet forward, and it takes a bite out of you. Let's see if it hits.
Didn't we break Bergen's grapple?
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
Tally.
Tally is going to get pulled. Zoop. It can do that. It can
Take
pull him up.
how much damage you said?
He got a nat 20 on the roll. So 4d8? Fuck me. And that's before doubling.
Wait,
so-
did you say it was Bergen, not Tally?
No, Tally is going to take some goddamn damage in this dungeon. I don't
Yeah,
care.
no, jeez.
Oh, okay, hang on.
That's a lot of
Take
damage.
32 points of damage. As it just, its maw opens up almost the whole width of it, or the whole height of it, and it clamps down onto Tally's arm. It do a chunk. And with that, we go to Bergen.
All right. Well, Bergen will. Let's see, which one is it? It is.
Chaska was full of shit.
What?
Bergen's gonna do this on
Taking down bigger
Havoc.
foes. I think
Oh.
AC 20 is the highest we faced.
Solid. Who's that
Yeah.
for?
Tally.
Excellent. Will you add that on? Or I'm sorry. Can you do that, Davos?
Oh shit. Yeah. It has to be a manual, but yeah, I'll put it back on.
Well, okay. You can put it on his token if you click it and you can see those 3 circles.
Oh, okay.
While he's doing that bonus action for Bergen.
Negative.
Gotcha. Hydia, what you got?
She's gonna move her. Oh, she only moved 2 squares again. She's gonna move her 2 squares forward, I guess, and she's gonna move to the side and throw another javelin.
Where to? Point to a square.
This way, so that she can
1,
get a lot.
2? Is that right?
I think so. She can only move 2 squares. If that's 2 squares, then
Well,
she'll throw her javelin. Nope.
That does not hit. And even worse, Hydia just has the worst mapping for this because boom, another one. Make a strength check. Or no, I'm sorry. Ooh, 14. Does that hit her?
Meets.
Meets.
No, it hits. Never mind.
Yeah, meets it.
Hits.
Um,
It's 13.
take 7 points of piercing damage as another one falls to its death. Kodiaks is going to look on it. He's going to look at the two of. He's annoyed that his sword and his spear can't seem to pierce it, and he looks over at Davos, and he takes his sword and he's going to swing it down on that. That hits. That's a 12 plus 6, so yeah, that definitely hits. And that's 2d6 plus 3, 5, 8 damage, and severs the connection. Davos, you are no longer grappled. He is going to use his spear attack on the roper. Ooh, 19 plus 6. That's 25. That hits. And that's 1d6. 4 damage. Womp.
1 point.
And Davos, it's your turn.
That rapier is gonna glow green this time.
Get it.
Ooh.
I don't know. So that's gonna be the extra damage if I hit.
I'm trying to remember what the save is. Or it's not a save, you just hit. That's right.
Not a save. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to roll to hit. Oh.
21
that doesn't
meets.
hit.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's a 22. You're right. I'm sorry.
about to say,
I got your
bruh.
hopes up. I'm so sorry.
I was about to add that guided bolt damage so quick.
I will say you stab into it, and again, no purchase, but the flames from your blade jump off, and you can choose to either target it at Tally or Goldbrand's bindings.
I'm gonna do tallies.
Okay. The 3 points isn't quite enough to break it, but you watch it sear and sizzle and smell the disgusting burning flesh. And
Okay. It says 1d8 plus my spell modifier.
oh, and last time we looked at this, it
add-
wasn't doing it right. What's your
Yeah,
spell
it doesn't-
modifier?
2, I think. Let me
2?
see.
That gets it a little closer, but still not quite there.
Okay.
You also gathered that this would make it easier for Tally to break out of it if he were to choose to do so. Speaking of, unless you have a bonus action, we're gonna go to him.
Yeah, no bonus action. Tally's gonna Kai Karim.
Does not hit.
Uh,
Bonus
He's a little
action?
shook up.
I'm always good.
It's the last guy tried to eat me.
And then the
His-
bonus action.
His other throwing arm got chomped.
Kai
That's fair.
Karim to the tendril.
To the tendril he's using? Solid. Oh,
Yeah, on him.
you know what? I love you guys. We're gonna say that 24 was aimed at the stalagmite.
That's what I said.
yeah. That's what I heard. All right. So the 10 pops on that. He frees himself, and we go on to Goldbrand.
Alright, Goldbrand's gonna get up. So I can run up to here, right? Next to it.
Yes.
But
correct.
even though, yeah, he gonna run up on it. He's gonna use his first swing. No, Tally's clear.
Yes, he's not bound anymore.
All right, he's gonna hit it. He's gonna hit it first, I think, with his axe. He's gonna make 2 attacks. Boop.
Yes, Megan attacks.
Did I stutter?
That does not hit.
Yeah. So
Was that a reckless attack or was that both swings?
that was both.
Was that a reckless
Yeah.
attack or was that both swings?
Fine, it was a reckless attack.
Just trying to help you out. I'm sorry.
So I'll tell you. So that
I didn't think this thing would be that hard to kill. I mean, it's
same.
it's got a tough shell, but I mean, it's not super.
It's not like it's dropping.
I was gonna
right either.
Oh, I'll do with my last swing. Second swing, I want to swing with the things, the tendrils.
Oh, so you're okay. Yeah, you can cut the tendrils with that. Roll some damage. You have to beat an 8.
Beat an 8, huh?
That beat it.
So
All right.
fuck those things.
So you go and try to cleave into it, and once again, your axe is deflected, and you're pissed, so you just sever yourself, and you cut your own umbilical cord. Gross. All right. The Roper. 2 were cut last turn. It sends out 2 more, and it's going to try to go for Goldbrand again and Davos. Both of you make a strength check. Davos, you're grappled. Cool. Goldbrand, you are not. Because Zeus can see it's. Take that icon off yourself. It is. It can't do the reel, but it still can take the bite. It just doesn't get the bonus damage. It's going to try to bite once again on Tally, since he got a good chunk out of him and likes the flavor, we'll say.
Who?
That's a 2, so that is a hit. You all see shifting on the ceiling as we go to Bergen's turn. Not ominous foreshadowing or anything.
Fuck that.
Let's see.
While Bergen's
What
thinking,
was
would
that?
be a perception check take an action?
I would say
Or
you
is
could
that
use a
free?
bonus action for it. And if you're wanting to assess the ceiling to see where they are, you could do that.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to. I think I'm just going to take a shot, and it's not going to do much, but I'm going
God, I
Same
might
here,
shoot you in a
bro.
second.
Burn up!
So this is how I'm supposed to be rolling it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not how you're supposed to be rolling, Bergen.
And for, I think that's right, but no, yeah. Does not hit.
Right.
1d20 plus 6, yeah. Alright, my dude, bonus action?
Bonus action, yeah. No.
Oh.
How does it look?
It is, I think it's bloodied. Let me look at it. God, there's too many of you around it. I can't see it. Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. That's why. It is about bloodied, yeah.
I wonder if Davos could put it to sleep.
Put bitches to sleep.
I'd say we
Hideous.
do a whole lot of damage.
Hideous.
Um,
She
sorry,
was
there's
watching the
things
fucking ceiling as she walks.
was. She can get up right behind Goldbrand. Is that close enough to hit the Ripper?
1, 2. Technically, no. Or wait.
Alright.
1, 2. Yes, she could if she was here.
Cool. She's gonna get up there and take her 2 swings. I don't think those are a disadvantage. It's just saving throws and checks are a disadvantage.
I think just saving throws, but yeah. That hits. Roll some damage. Solid. That does not.
Yeah.
Bonus action?
I guess she'll rage too, just in case it chomps her.
Okay. Kodiaks, as he starts his turn, another one falls on him. And... ooh, a nat 20. Sorry, dude. 7 plus... 17 points of damage. As one of these falls down onto him. What does he have? He's pretty stacked, though. That's not terrible. Alright. As we go to Davos... or, I'm sorry, he didn't actually get to make his move. He's going to swing once on the thing. He does not hit... oh, no, he does not. And then he'll swing on Davos's tendril. Which he clears. And he does... doo-doo-doo. Oh, he only does 6 damage to it, so it's not enough to sever it.
This thing's freaky. I don't like it.
It's freaky, yeah. Good word for it.
Kill it.
Davos,
Kill it,
what you got?
Second level sleep.
Oh.
7d8. That's what I
It's
gave it a
possible.
roll. It didn't roll for me, so 78. Here's 5. And 2. 25.
That's not a great roll, my dude. 2 2s, 2 3s, 3 2s. That is not quite enough, unfortunately.
No.
Well, hang on. Because you can target a number of creatures. If you want to use your bonus action to scan the ceiling, and you pass a perception check, you could probably put a few of the ones on the ceiling to sleep. 18. You see two more. One of which is right over Goldbrand. And you gather that on Goldbrand's, when Goldbrand went to make a move, it would have fallen on him. One is right behind you, on the ceiling, of course, but approaching. So you could put one of them to sleep. Oh, wait. These things are pretty squish.
Yeah, I was about to say it ought to be.
You can only do one, unfortunately.
Okay.
One behind
Alright. Yeah, Goldbrand's pretty tough.
you? Okay.
I'm-
You put the
I'm
one
ready.
behind you to sleep, and it falls and dies. I was kind of hoping you would do that to one above Goldbrand, because that would be...
Oh, man.
Sorry.
I had a feeling.
Hooked
Alright,
on a
tally.
feeling. Gotta piss so bad. Oh my god.
Same.
We're almost there.
Alright, Kai Karam, come on, tally. Alright,
Hits.
pretty sure that's
Ooh.
it.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack,
Whoops.
2d6.
7,
bonus
13.
action.
Oh, it's in the battered's territory. Does not hit.
Alright.
Goldbrands, you see this thing finally giving way. Oh, and actually, you guys have got past the 25% threshold. You watch as some of its exterior cracks, and you gather it's going to be a little easier to hit now. Goldbrand, what you got?
Goldbrand will fucking need it.
That meets! Oh my god! Swing!
That's 12 damage total because of rage.
Swing again!
Got you.
Swing again!
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no, it,
there's
fuck
the
it! No. You
Wow.
pissed off, infuriated, see this thing above you that's about to fall on you, and you just cleave into where you see the cracks starting to originate from, and this disgusting greenish blood just sort of oozes out of it, and you take another swing back and cleave the rest of the way through it. And you hear the cracking of stone, and as you cut through it, you hear the clatter of metal as gemstones and a rough sword
Hell
falls from its
yeah.
stomach.
We are rich.
I need to piss like a motherfucker, so we'll pick this back up after we pee. See you guys in 10? 5-ish? 10? I see we do have a Davos back, so I think we gonna get down to business. You guys, sputtering from the gizzard of this roper, you get 12 50 gold gemstones, so 12 gemstones worth 50 gold, 4 100 gold gemstones, and 1 500 gold gemstone.
Okay.
It also contains a longsword, rough and rusty, nearly 5 feet in length, and partially eroded, so you could still make out the symbol of the blazing sun upon the crossguard. Davos, even through the rust and decay, you know this to be your father's blade. Little achievement unlock thing. You did. I looked at something from episode 6 today, and you did that. Like
It's
you've
for
been doing
me
it.
during. It's for me during notes when I'm rewatching.
That's actually really funny. I didn't realize that was the purpose. All right. Anything you guys want to say or do before proceeding with your plans?
I think we're done with the roper.
Let's rest.
Yeah. Do we want to go
Before
outside her chambers? Do we want to rest in there? What do y'all think?
I'm not sure.
I don't know about those. Are all the stalactites on the ceiling gone? I don't want to.
I mean, in the room the tribe was in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's one that you saw move earlier, but now is suspiciously still. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I say go back to where we were with the bonfire.
Hydia says, "There's were people sleeping there. They will not be suspicious if people see other people sleeping there." You guys make your way up. get Lord Amaris out of his cage. Right, or did you send him back with the tribe? That's a fair point. I didn't ask about that.
I was just thinking about that. I assumed so. If you're cool with that, Davos.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
feel
if
like-
he's not gonna be a help in the
Asset.
fight, yeah.
He's pretty rough. Like, I mean, you
I
didn't even if you had healed a good bit of health, he would still be pretty worse for wear.
No, I figured.
Also unarmed, unarmored. All right, you guys are gonna try to camp down in this room for the night. Are you guys gonna set watch?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who-
Excuse you.
Give me your shifts.
Go around. We'll take the midnight watch because that's just what he does.
I'll take the next
shift.
one.
Did you say first shift, Davos?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. Well, I thought Bergen said first shift.
It don't matter to me, whichever one, as long as I get one.
Yeah. Why don't all three of you roll a check for me real quick? Perception check. Okay, fairly good. Bergen, you hear a little bit of activity in the canyon, and it makes you a little nervous. This is just after dark, and you creep your way up, and you look out into the canyon, and it is a moonless night. It is a night of the new moon. You do not have dark vision. You hear activity, steps that approach from the north before passing under you, under the bridge, and further into the canyon. And you, being a fairly wise person, gathered that the stone giants that you saw praying out front had departed. You know they are no longer there. The rest of the night passes fairly uneventfully.
How tall is that statue?
If on your watch you go out and take a gander, you got the high perception score last time. It was over 20, so you know it's 150 feet tall. It's pretty up there.
All right.
It's you are
Gonna wait.
where you are. You are about halfway up it, a little less because you're at a 60-foot elevation, but you're also, about 100 feet away. Yeah, 110 feet. Right? It is.
On my watch.
Or
I don't
I'm
know if,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if I could somehow slightly restore the sword, nothing crazy, but wet stone, polish it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I
that
would say,
take,
It's almost
a
a
lot
little
of-
weird for you, having used a rapier most of your life. This is a longsword. It's a slashing weapon. It could be used for piercing as well. I mean, but it is primarily used for slashing. So even just sharpening it is interesting. The blade is rough, corroded. Small parts of it are missing. Chips, nicks, things that have been dissolved over time. The hilt and the pommel and the crossguard all have pox marks, and it looks very corrosive. But you do rub off some of that roughness as you sharpen the blade. And I think someone with you might have a blade oil, but now that I think about it, I don't think it works on metal weapons. Goldbrand?
I mean, imagine it's your discretion.
I imagine
He
it
does put it on. He puts it on his wooden sword to keep it, usable.
I would say you could use that on the hilt and crossguard, which, while there are elements of metal, do have wood and leather pieces that use a little bit of refinement. Whoever takes last watch, which I think is Davos, you do hear about 4 a.m. cursing and shouts from the next chamber. You listen
across the bridge next chamber.
across the bridge, loud. They would have to be heard over the not waterfall, but the rivulets of water that are coming out of the canyon. Goes on for about 10 minutes. It stops. You wait. Doesn't start back up. Half an hour later. You feel like whatever it is has been resolved. And with that, dawn comes. What's the plan, gang?
It only came because I brought it.
Truly.
That's actually really good, and I love it. It's one of those things like I hate to laugh at it. God bless you. What's the plan?
Alright, so you're ready to go take care of this bitch on our shit list.
So just try to sneak in and get her.
Ors, I had the thoughts. We could try to lure her out if these statues are in danger.
If the statues.
What do
are
you mean?
dangerous.
Lord Amaris mentioned we have to get your father's statue out in one piece.
Oh, her trophies?
Yeah. So luring her out is also an option if that's a worry. Don't know how we would do that.
Like I said, it was my assumption that she was going to be coming for Lord Amaris again sometime in the morning. Sometime like jumping from the seal and boom, get her. She's probably
Regardless.
gonna like Chronos time trigger something.
Yeah. Beat her ass.
If you say this, if you're talking a lot about this, Lord Amaris. Oh no, he's gone. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Continue.
I'm down. If that's what you want to do. We'll camp out here, and even if it's not her, it's one or two more we get to kill.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Picking them off versus them all being right there in the lair. And
If it's
not
not
her,
Yeah. If it's not her, we may have to go fight her next after a hard fight.
but one giant wasn't too bad unless he once again,
Or two.
time triggers it out of there. Potentially two.
At the moment,
So she would.
you only know of 3 living stone giants, one of which has agreed to fuck off, but there are.
Besides, 3 besides her.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. 2 of which are still
Alright,
left
so
in the canyon.
maybe a couple more in like the living quarters that we didn't go in.
That you
So
didn't
just
go in?
Yeah, what was it?
There was a chamber that Hideous said they all gathered in.
Yeah.
We skirted around.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying now. That's up to you.
You
Give me
want to
a-
odd or even it?
Oh, God, don't say that to me.
I mean,
Yeah?
I mean, Regan,
yeah?
you haven't said anything yet. Do you lean one way or the other?
Not really. I was under the impression the original plan was to wait until she came in and then do our thing. But I'm down for whatever, to be honest.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's do
Do
what?
what?
Oh my God, I hate you guys.
What? I'm sorry.
I love you guys.
Let's wait for
Ready to
her, Ganker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
We
So,
going,
uh,
like,
how do you
hidden
guys
under
set
the
up?
mattresses, piles of straw, or should I be in the rock cage in the tattered clothes? Yes. Vindication. That's where I'm at. Goldbrand, lock me up.
It's a ballsy move to start a fight in a cage, but I am here for it.
No, but like I can get out. Like it's been
I see.
modified. To where-
Okay. How
So
do
it's
you
not
how
like
do you
a
modify this?
Broken
remember you
ass
ripped
stone
it open?
cage.
And so we're just gonna like pile it back as best we can.
Okay. I imagine Goldbrand I don't imagine he took the whole 6-foot stone pole and broke it off in one piece. I imagine it had to come down in segments. But roll a roll a sleight of hand check for me, and somebody else can help him out. We're just gonna
Not needed.
play with this. Not
Not
needed.
needed.
19, solid. The bard coming through. I had to stack a stage like this once. This is fun. You make it work. It looks pretty good. It's you gather that unless she was looking for something to be off, that she wouldn't notice it. And you get yourself in position. Are you wearing the linen over your armor and everything? Okay, good call.
Yeah,
And where is
like,
everyone else
just,
hiding out?
Peeking out the linen.
Hydia says, it would behoove me to be somewhere near the front where I could see her. She will not be unsurprised to see me here.
I was about to say, can she kind of act like the prisoners escaped, or otherwise just distract her and lead her into the chamber?
Well, she's gonna be coming to the cage, or somebody is, where I'll be at, right? Did I misunderstand something?
No, you're right. So somebody comes to get the prisoner from the cage, like they have to unmeld the cage and then pull him out.
Are these the cages here?
Yeah.
The two gray structures of the northeast.
Goldbrand's
I'm
gonna make a stealth check because he's gonna try to hide. I'm sorry, Bergen. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, I guess I'll just kind of pretend like I am also a prisoner, not like caged up or anything, but maybe just throw like a ratty cloak over myself to like.
Okay.
Or can we like
You
put
also
tattoos
see.
on your face and you look like a Uthgard?
I was gonna say you see a few bits of like leather armor that were left, fur and leather that were extra and weren't packed up when the tribe got it, or the tribe's person who it belonged to wasn't in that cavern at the time. So you have a couple of things you can sort of throw together to make yourself appear, it like you're supposed to be there. What is Taliban doing?
Tally's also gonna hide, I
Gotcha.
guess.
One of the rocks or under the bed, something like that.
There aren't beds per se; they're cots, so you'd have be a little weird looking.
Is this a
Uh,
fire?
Like
Right?
behind, like
Yes, sir.
here or this stone.
The black stone in the middle is a column, so it goes all the way up. Those two are just rocks that are probably 10-ish feet high at the most. The one on the bottom probably closer to like 5-ish because it looks to be multiple rocks. Goldbrand, that's
So
your
you-
stealth check. Okay, noted.
Yeah, it's gross.
Hide behind it though, yeah.
Yeah, you would hide from sight from it, but you know that she would be likely coming here to the cages, so he would have.
Mhm.
There would be a moment where he would have to skirt around and be unseen, which might be difficult.
Okay. Wherever I can be, where I won't be found.
Wherever I can be, where I won't be found. That's pretty solid.
He's
Seven
got
wonders.
high stealth. You know what? He's
Yeah.
gonna stick to the rock, and as she passes by, he's gonna like go around the other side, cartoon style.
I would say that Tally would even be like, "I'll climb it. I'll be at the top of the cabin. She won't see me up. She won't look up. I'll skirt around. She'll be looking down at the cage. When the time comes, I'll strike." And skitters up. Make a athletics or acrobatics check for Senor Talabundo.
You said athletics or acrobatics?
Correct. Good. Okay. You get he scales it very quickly. Roll 2 stealth checks for me because he's going to get advantage on hiding up top. Kodiak comes over, solid 25. Kodiak comes over to you, Goldbrand, and he goes, "You look really out of place right now. You're one of us. I don't think you'll have to try so hard, but..." And he fucking Starkeepers, always paranoid about the future. And wander off a little bit and just mill about the camp like you would. He begins sharpening his sword. Okay.
Goldbrand will pick up a similar Façade.
Façade.
Oh.
Façade.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. I
Portcullis.
may know a good bit
It
of
took
words,
like
but some
3
of them
seconds to
I've only
process
read.
that. Like, anywho, okay, solid. We are not in that initiative order. You guys wait through the morning, and Lord Amaris told you usually early afternoon is when she comes. Begins to draw into that 1 to 2 hour, and you do hear some movement, muffled slightly from the waterfall. But coming across the bridge, you see the towering figure, muscular, black skin like onyx, a fierce face comprised of tones of red clay and slate.
Goldbrand wants to array his bear cloaks around him to cover his tattoos.
Now he says it.
I'm sorry. It just occurred to me. I was like, wait a second.
No, that's fine. And witness Thane Kayalithica. Kind of scary looking bitch. You see a large adamantine club covered with small runes upon her back. In her hands you see a hammer and a chisel. She's has very sharp features. Her eyes, her brow, her chin, her nose. As if sculpted. And she enters into the room. Hydia, doing as she does, merely backs away and lets her pass. She's going to give a glance about the space. 16. She looks about, squints a bit. A little surprised to see figures she doesn't exactly recognize, but she's never paid that much attention to the small folk. She asks Hydia, where's the rest of your tribes? Devin, do you want to answer as Hydia, or would you like for me to?
I imagine she just tells her that they're dispersed about the chamber. Like,
Hunting?
I mean,
Hunting,
imagine
says the
she would-
figure in the cave.
No,
In the cage.
no,
I got you.
I don't
Um,
know. I like to imagine she acts like nothing's amiss. Kind of like, well, what do you mean they're wherever you've left them?
She says, we have rotated through the chambers as you have requested, moving sites each night. We have there are more in some of the smaller chambers today, just the way things panned out. Roll a deception check for Hydia for me.
Yay. I'm scared.
Mm.
Deception?
Roll solid. Doesn't have to be great, but that's good. Okay. Thane Kayalithica kind of nods like, all right, I guess that makes sense, and heads deeper within. And she approaches the cage. She places her hand on top of it, and the cage melts away into nothing. With her left hand, she leans down this hulking, nearly 30-foot woman and goes to grab the body. You trying to resist it at all, or
I'm swinging, bro.
swinging? All right, pop, pop.
Smite her in the hand!
Go ahead and get the opening move, and then we'll roll for initiative.
I'm green flame swinging it. Here's
Green
Do
the
we
damage.
all get to
Flame.
pile on when he smacks?
He's gonna make the initial pop,
Okay.
because if you guys braced before he did, she would notice. Like
That's fair.
24, yeah, that hits. Roll some damage on that, my dude.
So there's the damage plus 3 fire damage. Let me just make sure it doesn't add the modifier.
It
to the
doesn't. It's still just the
initial
D8. So that's 6 fire damage. Is that correct, Devos?
I think the first one's the first person I hit. The second one would be the...
But they don't add your modifier. They're just rolling the D8. Like on the
Yeah, but-
actual roll 20 thing, it's not adding the plus 2, 3.
Let's see.
Whatever your
On a hit, the
Charisma
target
score.
suffers the weapon's attack normal effects.
What I'm saying is, roll 20 does not, when it does the damage for Green Flame Blade, it's not adding the 2 points for your Charisma modifier. Or
Right,
3
but
points.
I'm,
Which one
I'm
is it?
looking to see. I don't think the first creature takes the modifier.
Oh,
I
it's
think
just the
that's
second creature.
Yeah.
Huh.
So just
that's dumb.
1d8 fire damage. So, okay. That's that. And definitely going to be adding a 3rd level Divine Smite. Trying to figure out where to...
Pop that bitch.
It's like the fucking ruler. The nun smacks your hand with.
Oh, I thought you meant like a royal ruler, and you had me severely underwhelmed. It's like the nun.
No.
Trying to find it in D&D Beyond, sorry. Divine Smite, 2d8 and 1d8 for each spell. So 48.
Solid. Roll it.
48. And then... Oh man. I guess I should have bonus action, but Thander's like, too late. Gonna be doing some sort of mobile flourish, or blade flourish.
Cool. Which one, defensive or?
I think I'm gonna go. Nah, I'm mad. I'm slashing.
Get it.
One use of your bardic inspiration, so I'm gonna use bard dice for extra damage.
Get it? Which one you got?
I'm trying to look and see, forgetting what's a bar. 1d6. Okay. Oh, that's not good.
I mean, it's chipping away. All right. So you guys watch as Kayalithica hunches, and even like hunching over, she's still 20 feet tall, and grabs Davos around the legs and behind the back. And as she does, he just stabs in through her hand, a swirl of green flame and a little flourish before he dives in at precisely the point between her thumb and her forefinger. And surprisingly, even against the hard skin, it pierces through, and you hear her cry out as she drops you and draws her hand away as if stung. And effectively, she has been. And with that, my dudes, we're gonna roll for initiative.
That was vaguely Shakespearean.
It was nice.
This pressure point right here.
Yeah, like...
They had to put a needle there when I broke my arm.
Shut
Like,
the fuck
dude,
up
my
about needles.
medication.
What are you doing?
Ooh,
I'm not.
that's not good.
I'm not that scared of needles. I
And
shouldn't say that.
18 is Tally, not me.
Do me a favor and call him out for me. 18 for Tally.
Yeah. 15 for Hydia.
Okay.
10 for Davos.
Heard.
7 for Goldbrand.
Bergin.
4 for 4 for
4
Bergie.
for Bergen. And Kodiak. Oh, he
And when I
rolled
did
shit.
that, just so you know, I say the power of the sun compels you. You know,
Praise the sun.
I love it. All right.
witness the dawn.
That one sounds better. Yeah, go with that one. Gonna just give you some writing tips there. Go with that. Witness the dawn as he stabs her in the hand. Like, I like to think, even though it's green flame blade, your flames have sort of a golden reddish, underhue to them. They still feel like, sun flames.
It's like almost like a golden green dragon kind of fire thing.
Yeah. She draws her hand back and looks at you and is absolutely furious as she notices the armor underneath. And she looks about and she suddenly sees Tally upon the ceiling, Goldbrand and Kodiak over there, and realizes that she's surrounded. And, she's gonna go, first and foremost, she's
Damn it.
pissed. She's gonna go for 2 swings at you, Davos.
Suck it.
She didn't roll great. She gets to add a good bit to it, though, so let me see. A 22 hits. The other one does not. Take 20 damage for me, please. As she just lays into you with this huge club, and she begins to move away. She gets to move a good bit.
Enough to draw an opportunity attack?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, she hasn't used her bonus action? Instead, you watch as the ground beneath her swings up and launches her back. You still get an attack of opportunity, but you have to make it as disadvantage.
Fuck. Alright.
Launch
That
stone.
definitely changed it from being a guiding bolt to a rapier attack.
Do you have Warcaster?
I do.
Oh, I see.
17.
17 meets, barely.
What?
Roll some damage. Yeah, she's not as tough as that fucking stalagmite. Like, hip or AC wise. That's kind of funny. 8. I guess it's because this one's a lot more fucked up. Solid.
I'm assuming
Tally
it
also
does-
gets an opportunity attack if you want to roll for that. The stone
Okay,
launches her
and I'm
30.
assuming that the green flame blade is just for that one attack. It's not like...
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Opportunity also at disadvantage for him?
Yes, for Tally, yes, sir. 16-20 hits. Or, I'm sorry, it's a 16, which does not hit. My apologies. So she's launched back the 30 feet, and she sort of slides into, like, almost superhero landing pose.
Alright.
And she turns to look at Kodiak, and then uses her movement to actually back 20 more feet. Because it's half of her movement to use the launch stone, so that gives her... Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to do math. And with that, we go to Talabundo.
That's not 60 feet, huh? Is he 10
No,
foot
sir.
square?
1, 2, 3, 4... No, you could... He could get there within his movement speed.
Where would that put him, max?
He could get up to here, I think. This square. And that's within... I need to center her up a little better. She's within those squares there. So he's diagonal to her. He could hit her.
I'm gonna go
Oh.
right there.
Not that he. Okay, I was about to say not that he
That's
needs to.
No, right.
Yeah,
right.
that's what it said.
Okay.
All right, Kai Karem. Would we get sneak attack for that?
She is.
Engage
There's
with
there's
friends.
other enemies around. Yeah. Okay.
2d6
16d.
bonus action. I think I actually did the bonus action, but all right. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you did.
Well,
'Kay.
it was the D4.
That also
okay,
hits.
So wait, let me do the action. Sorry, because I get more damage. My D6. Ah, damn it.
We're just gonna add that on to what the damage was supposed to be. So now that's 13 instead of 8, so that's 5 difference. Okay. All right. As Tally wraps up, we go to Hydia.
Hit is close enough just to run up, then she can start swinging. And once she realizes the jig is up, she knows most of the. Oh, actually, can't move her. She's gonna move within range and start swinging. Most of the tribe's out. The jig
Get
is
it.
up. She's gonna rage first. Oh, thank God we took a long rest that I didn't mark.
For real though.
All right, she's gonna take her first 2 swings.
24 hits.
She raged. She's not that. So that's just 10 damage total.
All right. Davos, what you got, dog? I will say. Oh, she removed the cage. Never mind.
Yeah, she did. Guiding bolt 3rd level.
Pop.
Oof. Davos is like,
Hit it.
fuck you.
Get it? Yeah. Oh, come on, roll already. I'm getting anxious.
Sorry, I'm trying to do it on this damn D&D Beyond. Yeah.
18 meets. 24 radiant. Solid.
Nice.
Let's see. 10, 20, 30. That's 30 right there.
Yes.
That was a question.
1,
Okay.
2, 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. The map is a little blurry, so the squares are a little hard to make out.
Right.
My bad. It's the highest resolution I could find.
And that's it.
Okay. Goldbrand. Things are
For my
heading south
bonus,
quick.
say again.
Things are heading south quick. What you do?
Well, I want to rage first, and then I'm so torn between swinging with advantage because of that guiding bolt and trying to grapple her, which would be a strength check, right?
Correct. Yeah.
At disadvantage?
And I would get it not at disadvantage. I would get it at advantage because I'm raging. But she's gonna be strong as fuck,
She's
or I
so
can just
big,
swing on her. Yeah, otherwise she's gonna leave the room.
I feel like she's going to either way, whether she has to use special skill or not.
All right, go around.
But I mean,
His
if
first,
you can grapple her,
it's a long shot. It's not.
right?
It'd be real neat, but I'll just take my swings.
We're doing good damage.
Yes.
You can.
Solid. Roll that.
Wow.
Thank you for that advantage on that guiding bolt.
You're welcome.
Is my rage doubled too?
Technically, it's just your dice doubled, so I don't think so.
So 9, 10, 11 total for the first swing. He'll take his second swing. He's already
Get it.
raged. That's 17 damage total. That's all he can do this turn.
Solid. Kodiak is going to go up, and he's going to go for 2 swings at her as well. One with the sword, one with the spear. Ooh, both of those are shit. Yeah, neither of those hits. He goes up, and perhaps it's the sheer scale of her, because even compared to the other giants that you've encountered, she is incredibly tall and extremely muscular. Like, very well-defined. Like, she looks like she was literally sculpted from marble. Kind of terrifying. Kodiak
Of
curses
course
under
she
his
looks
breath.
good.
What?
You made her. Of course she looks good. You made her.
Oh, fuck you. I did not make her. This is, this is the stock art. I just made the token. Fuck off. Bergen, what you got?
Alright, I'm gonna move,
Jaden. I mean, not Jade. What's the fucking
Will?
name? Will Smith's wife.
Yeah, Jada Smith. Wow. Bitch might be crazy, but she was fucking terrific in goddamn Gotham as Fish Mooney. Just 10-10. Sorry. Bergen.
I'll give you that.
I'm not sure if I can do this or not. So I want to cast something, but it's only got 30 distance. Can that make it behind her?
1, 2. If it's something you don't have to see, you could get it beside her. You couldn't quite get it behind her.
Okay, yeah, that's what I kind of figured. All right.
You-
And I'm honestly
If
not
it's
sure
a
if I'd want to
oh,
anyways.
you're gonna drop your guardian, aren't you?
I was thinking about it, but I was wondering if it would have just barred away from everybody from getting past.
No,
through
it wouldn't
there,
do everyone,
moving
but it
up.
only swings on each creature once.
Right.
So it would only get to pop her the one time.
Yeah, I was hoping more to like just like bar her away from leaving.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's ethereal. I think they can move through it.
Oh.
You could try to command her if you wanted, but
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about doing.
Grovel, bitch.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna attempt to grovel it up.
DC 15, Wisdom.
I don't
She
bet
does
there
have a-
was.
She does have a great Wisdom.
Oh.
Oh, 17. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, all good, all good.
You.
No.
What do you say? Just out of curiosity.
Jeez.
You say
Nothing
jeez.
clever.
That's why the spell doesn't work. You say jeez. You're like, I command you to. Jeez. Like, and just deflate a little bit. All right. Anything else with your turn, my dude? Bonus action.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Kayalithica looks around and realizes that you guys have surrounded her very quickly. That's a 4. That's a 4. So suddenly, she disappears. And atop of Goldbrand and Hydia and Davos are 3 stone cages, similar to the ones that she had made. And as time resumes, they all come crashing down. The 3 of you roll dexterity saves for me.
Who always
Hell
has it?
yeah.
Davos, Bert, or Goldbrand, and
You ain't
Hydia.
catching me with that weak shit.
Ooh.
I'm ready. I'm
Well,
ready.
my advantage was not helpful. Perfect.
Davos, you roll 5 feet out of the way as the cage comes crashing down, and literally these bars crash into the stone and sink a bit. Hydia as well, Devin?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I
I
guess she also has advantage, unless that's a...
Yeah, it's a barbarian thing for sure.
Sweet. Hydia also dodges. Goldbrand, you're trapped within that thing. That same thing you just had to break out of earlier. So you gather it's going to take something similar to do it.
Yeah.
She has disappeared. What do you guys do in this moment? We're still in initiative order. Taliban. You guys can collectively decide what you want to do, but things are happening.
So, just Goldbrand or Hydia as well is trapped?
Hydia made it. She's good.
Okay. Me, Davos, and Tally are gonna run to break Goldbrand out.
Me,
Go
Davos,
ahead.
and Tally?
Yeah. Me being Davos.
I got you. Hydia is going to come with you.
And then, like, I'm running across
Yeah.
the bridge.
So dash in, double time. Goldbrand, make either an athletics check or a attack roll.
Since we're still in initiative, I'm still raging.
Cool.
25.
Solid. Roll some damage. Or I'm sorry, I thought that was the roll to hit. Solid.
No,
Okay, so
I'm
you
sorry.
you managed to, knowing how the structure is formed now, you just immediately like grab 2 of the bars or one of the bars and just snap it in half, and like in doing so break the 2 next to it and make a wide enough gap to where you can sidestep out of it. And you guys are in hot pursuit. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.
Where's that bitch? She's
me-
going to get friends. I'm scared.
Let me set
I'm
the
not.
scene.
I'm too
Ah!
scared. I mean, I'm definitely scared. But,
I
like,
love it.
obnoxiously, foolishly scared. Not scared.
I mean, I will commend it, sir. You are. No.
I'll allow it.
Fake it till you make it.
Bloop. Sorry, this is a big
I
area
want
I've
this
gotta do.
bitch. I want this bitch dead more than I want. The more that I am afraid.
All right, guys. A foul and pungent odor fills the cavern as you enter this immense, dimly lit room. The fossilized remains of several long-dead thanes stand in alcoves carved into the walls, their eyes fixed on a rocky island surrounded by gorgon mud. The mud oozes into the cave through the stone grates at the northeast and the southeast walls. 2 sturdy stone bridges span the mud pool, connecting the island to your ledge and a ledge on the far side. Overlooking these bridges are 2 more fossilized stone giants, but scattered among the chamber is a sight far more chilling. What originally appeared to be dozens of figures is, in fact, statues, absolutely everywhere. A dwarf wielding a great axe, a one-armed elf readying a spell, a reptilian humanoid with a broken tail that stands tall with a rough spear and broken shield. Humans, bears, dwarves, elves, lizard folks, minotaurs, harpies, a hill giant, and more, and various states of fracture lie about the chamber, at least 20 in total. Above all of them are the calcified stone statues of long-dead stone giants. But the corpses in the other rooms have been taller than the stone giants you've met. These in particular are enormous, ancient. You would gather these are the oldest of the Thanes, back in old Astoria, where giants were even larger than they are today.
Fuck that.
The last thing. The most prominent feature of the room is the Steinfang, 40 feet across, that hangs above the center of this island. Its base is about 20 feet wide. And it tapers down to a point just above the island. You see the runes that are etched in them. Numerous. And as you've noticed this before, you recognize that one side is different script than the other. Different stylized writing. Kayalithica stands there on the center of the island. She looks to you. How dare you enter this sacred space of Thames? What arrogance is this that will be your downfall? Speak, small ones, before I grow impatient. What drives you to this place?
Vengeance.
I was about to say, I feel like Gobrand wouldn't even be stopping. He would just be sprinting. Like, the whole time she was talking, Gobrand's just running.
Okay. If that's just if y'all are just going right back in it, we going.
I mean, it's up to y'all, but that's what
I mean,
Gobrand would
do
do.
say that. That's
Yeah,
revenge
you vote.
slash vengeance.
More vendors? Gotcha. Okay. All right. With that, we're going to pick up with the top of initiative, which was Thane Kayalithica. And she reaches out her hands and curls up her fingers and clenches them into fists. As suddenly, the stone giant corpse behind you comes to life, animated through forces of manipulation of life or of matter. A stone giant has entered the chat. That does use her action. She is going to pass that to Talavant. I'm going to drop him in chat.
Tally's gonna go after this new stone giant. This is the Pack Kaikarin.
17, that meets. 12 damage.
I'm assuming sneak attack.
Yep. He's close enough to be engaged. 8 more. Solid.
And he will bonus attack Kaikarin.
Get it. Fantastic. And move him. You can't. Where do you want to move him?
Does he even have to move?
He doesn't have to do what he wants, but what do you choose to use any movement?
Yeah, I'll sneak past Goldbrain. Get a few feet further in.
Solid. And Hydia, what do you do?
Hydia is going to square up on that giant stone giant.
Yeah.
So is this the same turn? She's still raging? Does she have to rage again?
It was a turn or two to get from the previous chamber to this chamber, so I would say that's probably worn off by now.
Gotcha.
Because she had to use 2 turns at least to flee.
She will bonus action rage. Oh, that's Goldbrand's. I'm sorry. Wrong sheet.
You're fucking welcome. I won't count that. Your wife stabs you. Much better. Basically the entirety of the last game. Let's be real here.
Wow.
Roll some damage for
You're
it.
not wrong.
25. Ooh, that's a sexy crit. All right. Oh my god. That's
Wow,
unreal.
dude.
Do it again.
Yeah.
No, don't swing again, but do your damage again.
Yeah, she can't swing again anymore.
So,
That's. I don't even
and
know
then
how to
that's
feel about
19. I imagine Goldbrand is extremely scaroused. I know I am.
that. Sure.
Solid. Hydia just lays into this fucker, and he looks down at her, and absolutely furious, he takes 2 swings at her with his club. And this guy is hulking. I mean, 12. Oh, that's cocked. It was almost in that one. One definitely hits. 8 plus. Yeah, both of those hit. Hydia. Oh, God. Hydia is going to take 32. Excuse me. 42
15.
bludgeoning damage.
21 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Raging, thank you,
she's
yes.
raging.
Because you changed her to a. You know, she doesn't have a third attack anymore. She has.
Yeah, she has normal
Resistance.
rages, not.
Well, she has totem rages.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But it's bludgeoning anyway. She would have had resistance. Davos, what you got?
Oh, I see.
I'm going to mirror image.
Get it.
Do you want to kill this thing first before we go fuck up Kayalithica? You and me might could just sprint over there. Take Birkin with us would be great. Well,
Did you cast
Just
And
it?
the
kind
ones-
of doing it preemptively. It lasts for a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead and
ooh.
mark yourself as. I guess it's not concentrating. Never mind.
It is. It is. I
No,
thought.
I don't see
this
it
is
on
like
the spell card.
concentration
Yeah.
on it.
Okay,
Sorry. Mark yourself with something to help us remember that. And then what do you do for your bonus action and your movement?
It's 3 of them, right? I put in my blue circle 3.
Cool. Also, put your health in there for me too, just for reasons.
Okay.
Ooh.
You want the. Here's
Perfect.
current health.
All right, dude.
Alright, bonus action. Nothing, but I'm going to keep going towards Kayalithica.
Okay.
5
He is
foot.
gonna get an opportunity attack on you.
Then I'm gonna not move.
Okay.
You can stop. Yep.
It's like
You know
a
what?
10%.
No, I'm so mad. Well,
Get it? No, I respect it.
can I Light of Lathander after casting a spell? I can never remember.
You
this.
can, yes. It is a class feature, not a spell.
I will do that, assuming I won't hit Hydia. 15-foot cone.
Yeah, you could angle it toward work. You're mostly aiming up in this situation, I guess. Anyway.
Yes. DC 12.
Oh, let's see. His con's pretty good. He rolled an 11, and he gets to add a fair bit to it.
All right, then.
Yeah, no luck, my dude. He does take half the damage,
half
so he
as
takes
much.
3.
Yeah, and not blinded, so.
Um,
damage.
you still want to try to make the sprint?
Yeah, you know
Okay.
what? Screw it. 5 foot or 10 foot square.
He got a 2. That's an 11. Fuck yeah.
Plus 9 to hit. Shit.
Yeah.
5 foot or 10 foot squares.
10 foot squares. So 3 squares.
10, 20, 30 right here.
Yeah, good job. All right. Goldbrand, what's you got?
Since Davos also never stopped running, Goldbrand will also book it towards Kayalithica. He has to rage again, so he'll rage again. For bonus action, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get 4. I can dash as an action. So do I have to dash around this?
Yes,
how
it
tall
is. It is a
this?
spiral that leads up to the area she's on. It's probably about, I would say, at least 20 feet on the side you're on. It sort of
Can she
decreases.
just
as you
fucking
go around.
step up that thing like a step ladder?
She's
She even-
not quite. She's 30 feet tall, so she could. I
Oh,
imagine she
okay.
could go to that first raise level and then do that, but maybe not from all the
Right.
way down there.
Yeah.
The next one's about 15, then 10, then 20. Excuse me, then 10. Wow. 15, 10, 5, and then up.
It's weird. You said 20, but for whatever reason, I still know exactly what you meant. And I didn't even notice you
Yeah.
said 20 until you.
That's
What do you think,
the.
Davos? You want to keep going?
Keep going with what?
Let's say, what are you doing?
To her. I had to raise his bonus action. I guess I'll throw a javelin.
Get it.
Although I need to see. Do I need to track how many of those I have? Because I'm running out.
No, don't worry about it. We'll count it as regular ammunition. Throw that shit.
I'm going after it. That's the question.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm raging. Fuck. I'm sorry. I don't have it. It's not listed on my thing. My attacks for some reason.
Just do
I must
the.
have it.
Isn't the starry image a javelin, or is that just a flavor thing?
I can't do that because I've already raged this turn.
Roll to hit, and we'll see if it even matters. 'Cause you get to add a 5, I think.
I think it's 6 total. Ugh,
16 does not hit. Okay. You technically get 2
Wait, is
attacks around. Do you get to make 2 throws? Is that how that works?
You know, I guess that is an attack action. I
Yeah,
didn't even
roll
think
another.
of that. Okay, it's actually +7. Didn't know that. There, I fix it.
Oh, still don't hit. All right. Kodiak sees Hydia engage with this one and comes up, and he's going to use both of his swings. 12 plus 6 is 18. Okay, so the sword hits, but the other does not. He pings the stone giant statue for a few, and we go on to Bergen.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna follow my friends, so
Okay.
I don't leave them solo.
I will tell you, because he has reach, that would be
He
an
can-
opportunity attack.
Alright. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it anyways.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh, 16 plus 9, 25.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Take 16 bludgeoning damage for me
Alright.
as we come back to Kayalithica, who picks up the statue beside her. Looks to be of a human.
Oh,
Sword and shield.
wait, hold up.
Oh,
Hold
I'm
up.
sorry,
Can I
go
do
ahead.
a bonus action?
Yeah,
quick?
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're all good. Bonus action, like as I'm running away, over the shoulder, healing word at Hydia.
Solid.
Oh, for sure.
Devin, you have to do that for me.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Kayalithica grabs the statue of the human beside her, and Goldbrand, since you're in the front, she's going to throw it at you.
Fuck you.
17 plus, I think she gets
Yeah.
at 8 to that. Yeah, hits. Hits anyway. But what this one is... Devin knows it's coming too. I can feel the tension. Take 28 bludgeoning damage. And then make
10
a...
bludgeoning damage.
28 halved to 14?
Uh-oh. Hurt.
Math is not... Okay.
I didn't. I thought you said 20. I'm sorry.
No. Roll a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm raging.
Ooh, solid. You feel it hit you, and it shatters across you. And while it jars you for a second, you're not knocked off your feet. And Taliband. Or wait, actually, I'm sorry. She has a Lair action, which I've got up here.
Oh no.
She takes her club and smacks it on the ground. As 3? 2. Davos and Bergen, each of you make a dex save for me. Or you can use acrobatics, excuse me. Acrobatics would be a little higher. You're good? Whichever is higher, I should say. Both of you barely pass. Good job. 2 stalactites rain down and shatter around you. One of them even takes off a chunk of the bridge to the side. Not a large chunk, but it does knock some of the stone loose, and you gather it's not a terribly solid structure. As we go to Taliband. Taliband? Davos?
Alright, there we go.
Yeah.
Kai Karim on the stone giant again.
Get her.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh,
That's the
that
third crit on that
what?
thing.
Yeah, but that's a stinky crit.
Sneak attack.
2d8, 6, sorry.
2d6.
4d6. It's doubled on the.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we'll just double that number. So 12.
Okay.
We'll just double that number. So 12. Solid. Bonus action.
Bonus. Yep, you already know. Another Kai Karim.
It do be
15.
healthy.
That does not hit.
Alright.
Hidias, what do you do?
Oh, she's gonna take both her swings. She won't be able to do any bonus actions that I'm aware of. Oh, is that hit?
19 does hit. Yeah.
She's raging, so that's 9.
Thank you.
Second hit, 17.
17 meets, yes.
6.
Slightly
No bonus
less.
action. That's all she's got.
Okay. The golem. It's gonna take 2 swings at Hideous, and she just popped him. Oh, one of those. A 12. 12 doesn't meet, does it?
Nope.
Okay, 1 does hit. She's gonna take. Ooh. 22 bludgeoning damage.
11 bludgeoning damage? Question mark?
Yes. And with that, Davos, what you got? Show me what you got.
Guiding bolt, 2nd level.
Got equal
Ooh.
2nd level. Popping, going in, fucking swinging. I mean, Jesus,
Oh,
blasting.
yeah. Blast.
24, yeah.
Channel Valkyrie.
Yes. Pop, pop,
Fuck
bitch.
yeah.
Solid. I'll put a little thingy on her.
And I'm running, dashing.
And the
10,
bit starts
20,
running.
But say we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to dash. I
Oh,
suppose.
you can't. Because I took the action for guiding bolt. Sorry.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can.
30 foot.
But you're close.
Put me in front.
Goldbrand.
I will indeed. I got hit last turn, so I don't have to try to hit her this turn. Is that correct? But she hit me on
If
her
she-
turn. I guess is what I'm
I was
trying
about to say, I think it's the next coming round. So either you have to hit her this turn, or she has to hit you before your next turn. Or swing at you, I think. You said that the other day, and I'm not sure which.
Swing. Fuck. I want to dash. Okay, but I will bonus action. Excuse me. Bonus action, light up and throw javelin, and then I
Get
will
it.
dash with my action. Bonus action attack. Starry form.
Bop.
10 damage.
Does that get plus
2,
2 for
3?
your...
No.
It has to be melee.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the dash. For my action.
Solid.
To, work my way to get up there to beat her ass.
Gotcha. Kodiaks is going to take 2 more swings on this bitch here. Oh. One of those hits. And that is... Alright, Kodiak does a little chunk of this. We go to Bergen.
Running up as far as I can, about here-ish, yeah.
Yeah, get it.
And I'm going to... yeah, fuck it. I'm going to spiritual weapon up here.
Yeah, get
Let's
it.
do level 2.
Ooh, yeah. Pop that bitch. Oh, that's the wrong spiritual thing. There's the right
Is it?
spiritual thing. Oop. Alright, 20 hits, yeah. Solid, you guys are doing pretty good.
That's gonna be so terrifying. You're fighting this group of adventurers, and just all of a sudden, boom, pop,
Yeah.
spectral mace to
Um,
the shoulder.
action, my dude.
Zapper.
Yeah.
Can I hit her at this angle?
Yeah, I would say you could do it as you're running up, if nothing else. Yeah, get it. Alright.
Yeah.
Talabundo! Or no, I'm sorry, Kayalithica's. He's gonna do a couple of things. You watch...
Yeah, like Kaya lick my nuts.
Wow.
Look, that's my
Wow.
favorite so far.
Wow. I am...
The shade for Kayalithica is, I'm here for it.
I mean, I get it, but anywho, you watch as her skin calcifies, almost like that of the stone giants on the walls, becomes thicker, harder, more rough, and jagged. And you've seen this before. She's casting stone skin onto herself, so now she resists any non-magical piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, and that was just her lair action. Her actual action, she's gonna take one step back, and she's gonna grab, what was this, a lizard folk at one point? She's gonna chuck it at Davos, and Davos is still somewhat in front of her. Davy boy. +9. Ooh, 18? Doesn't hit?
Does not hit.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. Flies over your head and lands in the mud before, like, slowly sinking into the thick mud. Talibund, what you got? Gorgon mud. Word.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the mirror image to see if it actually targeted the duplicate.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you have to roll a d20, I think.
Yeah, but it says each time they attack you, it doesn't say whether or not if it hits, would I roll it.
Correct, yes. Thank you for being
Okay,
honest
so
about it.
my next mod is a +3, so that would have hit it. this d20. 15. So what was that for? If I roll a 6 or higher, it attack the
yeah.
duplicate. The duplicate is a
So it did
13,
take
8
one
to
away.
16. Alright.
So yeah, pop one down.
Just trying to be fair. Sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Right.
And Talibut.
Tally's turn. He's got the what's it? The bag of holding with the magic rope in it.
He does. I thought about this earlier.
Toss that to Davos. Would be a bonus or an action?
Ooh. Say a bonus action. Are you saying to extend it to him or to
Take it out of the bag and throw it, if that's what it would take.
We'll say a bonus action. Tally's whole thing is about throwing, but I think I'm gonna have to make Davos make a check to catch it.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So that was a bonus action to do that. Attack will be Kaikarim on the stone giant again.
On the statue or Kayalithica?
Statue.
Cool. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right, and
If
roll
it
a
makes
deck.
the check
Sorry.
easier, I was gonna move a little bit closer to
Yeah.
Davos.
Don't forget your sneak attack.
Sneak
It's still
attack.
engaged.
Correct. And then Davos roll a deck save or a sleight of hand check. I'll let you pick.
Deck save.
Ooh, that actually meets. You're good. That could have been bad, but you fumble a bit, but you catch it. And I love the setup for where this is going. I'm 100% here for it. Fucking Indiana Jones in this bitch. Hydia, what you got?
She gonna do what she do. She gonna take both of her attacks. Oh.
Oh boy.
That's not great. Neither one of those hits.
She cuts off
Roll a 20. You 1 or 2.
1d20.
Or roll anything, yeah. Odd. Yeah, roll some damage.
Oh.
This is gonna make things tense back at the tribe. Okay. Oh, but he's full health again, so okay. Oh no, he did take 1. So yeah, no, that was right. Okay.
So she's got.
The golem is gonna look down. He's looking pretty rough. He's in bloody territory, and seeing that she is pissed off and raging, and he is not, he's gonna switch targets and pop her. Actually, no. He's gonna grab the statue beside him, a dwarf in heavy armor with a battle axe, and he smashes it into Kodiak. 22 hits, and fuck. Oh, 3 1s. That's a good roll for you guys. Ooh, that was less good. He takes 35. Oh, Kodiak is down.
Shit. Alright.
But
Is
that's it.
Bergen aware of this?
Yeah, you hear like the crumbling of the statue, and you like glance over your shoulder and see him going down. That is the golem's turn, so it's Davos's turn.
You
Rope and
already
toe.
know.
Yeah.
Tossing that rope up or moving closer to the cliff.
I
First.
think you're close enough. What are you wanting to wrap it onto? Onto the big stalagmite? Onto her? Onto?
I'm trying to climb up and just get to her level quicker.
Okay. So you can knot it. Like there's a knot command where you can make it handhold, so where you don't have to do a check. You'll just use difficult terrain, so half your movement speed. This is a 20-foot ledge, so you could get to the top of it and still move 1 square. So you could get within her range.
And that's all in action or free action?
The bonus action, I think. Or wait, no, it's an action to use the rope, I think, isn't it?
That's what I was kind of thinking.
I think it is. I will double check just to be sure. But the climb is just your movement speed. There's not a check with it since it's knotted. It's an action, yeah. So you still have a bonus action.
Light of Lathander.
Get it. She has to roll a save.
Do you
It's
still
a
have
con 12, unfortunately.
Aw. Do you still have the flourish that moves things?
She didn't roll well. And for giants, it'll only move them half. Just for record on that.
Yeah. But do you still have one of those today, Brandon?
Oh, Constitution, sorry.
A floor? What? A what?
The flourish that moves things? Do you have that ability after the rest?
The floors that moves things?
The flourish.
Flourish, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I got you.
I have mobile, slashing, and defensive.
I was just wondering if
you're
you're
back like 5 foot.
Yeah, I was just
You
wondering
do
if
manage to
you're
blind her.
reference.
You guys watch as Davos, for flavor, we're gonna say there's another small stalagmite up there. Davos whips the rope around it and pulls and like walks up the side of this wall, grabs his amulet and holds it out to her, and this blinding radiance shines out. And she actually stumbles a step back as she is blind, like as you rush up on her and blind her from below. You've got the upper hand on her. Goldbrand's.
That is my turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Badass though. Oh, I need to give her that damage too.
2, 3.
Oh, it's so good.
From here, can he move one more square to his right, or does he have to go up the second flight?
He has to go up the second flight. At that point, it's 15 feet high. The next point is 10, and then 5.
So this would be 4. Action to dash, bonus action to throw my thing. I guess I'll do the bonus action first. Sorry. Throw my gross. Another 4. So 1, 2, 3. Can he come all the way up behind her and get within range? Got it.
For a dash, 1, 2, 3. Yeah? I think you could still move one more if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna stay there. I don't want to move
Okay.
too close to the edges of that pit.
Does the rope I use stay there?
Yes.
Tally and Bergen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Stoke.
Goldbrand, did you have anything else, my dude?
No, I threw my javelin bonus action.
Did you? Oh, you used your action dash. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Kodiak makes a death saving throw.
Oh, 6.
He didn't roll great, but it's enough. He has 1 success. Bergen, what you got?
Bonus action. I suppose the mace is going to do its thing. Oof.
Oh, that does not hit. For your
That's
action.
not a thing to do. For my action, I guess I'm going to start making my way back to fucking Kodiak. So I could dash now? Is that like...
If you dash, it'll use your
sacrifice an action. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, fuck it. Just to get there.
Goldbrand's maybe like, eh.
And I believe that's all I got.
Okay. Kayalithica and her Lair action. She smiles a bit and laughs. You've blinded her. Her eyes are gritted shut. But you watch and feel as the winds begin to pick up within the cavern, pulling in from the canyon, and all of the torchlight here extinguishes. It is suddenly pitch black.
Goldbrand shines
As-
light
hang
at
on.
10 feet.
Right now?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
lit up.
10 feet on the far side of where she's at. That's 1 square around you in every direction.
Well,
It
it's
backlights
20
her a little
total.
bit.
It's like
Okay.
10.
It's
like
not 10 dim
bright,
light?
10
Okay.
It's 10 bright.
So
and then 10
2
dim.
squares. Okay, that's a little better. You're illuminating a good bit of her. But she, as the darkness envelops the rest of the cavern, it takes more seconds for your elven eyes to adjust, Davos. You check your allies and you see Bergen sightless across the bridge. You see Tally and Goldbrand. Tally searching for Kayalithica, apparently too far away to make her out. Goldbrand behind her. And the room is illuminating, but you realize it's not coming from Goldbrand. You look to your amulet, but it's rattling, and it's warm, but it's not glowing. Your father's sword is illuminating at your belt.
What?
You grab onto the hilt, and this warm sunlight begins to bathe this dimly lit chamber, fully illuminating it and revealing your sworn enemy, Thane Kayalithica. As your eyes lock onto her, you grasp tightly onto the hilt, now burning bright, and watch as the rust and the wear dissolves. The blade begins to restore itself to its natural state. The once jagged edge shifts and refines itself. as if you had sharpened it last night 1,000 times, and once again into the long, gleaming, razor-sharp steel. The crossguard, which you had always remembered is the sort of faded gold and bronze symbol of Lathander, is now embedded with a beautiful topaz gem, shining like the Morning Lord himself as you turn to face your enemies, once again on an even playing field. I'm going to drop...
Sun sword.
What?
Is this the sun sword from Strahd?
No, this is something for you, Boo. This is special. The blade of Knight Erembor. Gonna drop a picture so you guys can see it, and I'm gonna add it to your inventory real quick. You're gonna have to equip it and attune to it. We're gonna let you do that as part of this one ship.
Trademark. We're gonna let you do that as part of this fun shit.
Oh.
Catchphrase of the stream.
I don't know why the background is weird like that. I'm sorry, that's not...
It looks like a Final Fantasy VII sword.
Kinda?
That's the...
I'll send you a better picture of this later. But, go ahead and equip and attune to that, my guy. Oh, wait, I could do it for you, actually. So it should be under your actions now.
Cobra from behind Kayalithica. Fuck her up!
Kayalithica. Or, I'm sorry. It's got a lot of stuff, so I'll give you a second there. Kayalithica, seeing this, her eyes grow wide. This has definitely caught her off guard.
Is she not still blind?
Even blinded, she feels the warmth of it. Like,
okay.
she realizes something's happening, and there's some huge presence that wasn't there before a second ago. But she staggers back a bit. And you realize, Colbrand, as she steps around the ledge, she can still see. Not through sight, but through the same thing as earlier, the tremor sense. That the she moves 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm sorry, that was doubled to 40, so we're good there. Davos, she does leave your range. Go ahead and make an opportunity attack. It's a new sword.
Hells yeah.
First roll.
With the green? No. Yeah. Like, fuck it. With the green flame blade. No, I can't. Not for opportunity.
Technically, you can. Because you're a warcaster, you can cast it, and the attack is part of the spell. I'd allow it.
Okay. Alright. Then,
yeah! Sorry, I got excited.
This is the extra damage from the green flame blade. And that's the damage. Oh, that's
16.
Slightly disappointing.
I mean, that's still pretty solid for the first swing. 16 damage on your first pop.
But that's because of the +7. It was a 1 on the damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh. Well, hey, look at
It's
it. You
all
have a
good.
+7 weapon. Fuck you. What do you want from me?
No, I complained about
I was gonna say not too shabby for all.
I complained about the roll.
No, I got you. All right. She is gonna try to take a swing on Goldbrand. 2, to be precise.
Do it, you bitch.
18 plus 9 and a 19, so both hit.
So what's damage for one of them?
40. Hang on. I'm sorry.
For one of them, because I'm raging. What's the damage for one
Yeah.
of them?
Let me look at it again. You take 19 damage, sir.
Cool.
Telebundo. What you
Oh,
got?
I would like to use my reaction to try to make a black hole off in the Gorgon mud and yank her out into
Yeah.
the mud.
Pop it in chat so I can see. Because she's a huge creature. As long as it can do huge.
So I have to figure out the best way to do that. It is a strength save, which sucks, but maybe she'll roll like shit.
Let's see. 17. I'm sorry, my dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets
sorry.
added a fuck ton to that. On a fail, does it do anything?
No.
Creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed. So she takes 6 damage. Alright. Telebund.
Gonna switch it up to some Hunter's Mark
Ooh.
for the bonus action.
Get it.
Oh, it won't let me.
Well, you have to hit him and then it applies the Hunter's Mark damage. But it's the bonus
Oh,
action
so-
to mark him.
I'm trying to mark off the spell slots.
Oh, yes. Don't worry about that.
Alright, attack with Kai Karim.
Does not hit. So the Hunter's Mark doesn't ping either.
Right. Alright. And I used my bonus action.
Any movement?
Dust- No, because I'm gonna stay with this statue.
Gotcha.
Me and Goldbrain taking down Kayalithica.
For my tribes! For my hometown! Alright,
For my
hit you.
dad.
My dad.
For my dad.
She gonna keep swinging. It's fortunate this thing was so close to her that she didn't have to hobble her way to it, because she can't move very fast. So she's just gonna keep swinging. 10 damage total, because she's raging.
Solid. Oh, not to her. Excuse me. Boop. Okay.
Mildly worried about Kodiak, I'm sure.
My,
That's not
she's
great.
like,
I was gonna say, that's not great.
Not a good sign, but you know.
Yeah.
All right. The golem swung and hit both. One on Bergen, one on Hydia. Bergen. Well, yeah, because it's a 22. So that is 19 damage to each of you, halved for Hydia. So 9. Davos, what you got?
She's too far away for me to hit.
With a melee attack, yes.
So 10, 20, 30. Still gonna run to her.
Now that you're at the top of the spire, literally the full chamber, every nook and cranny is just blindingly bright. It's a beautiful thing. Any bonus action or anything, my dude?
Well, I'm gonna still hit her with that guiding bolt.
Yay. Pop, pop.
Maybe
Come
not.
behind this bitch. All right.
Probably not.
Well, you tried. All right. Anything else, baby?
And
Okay. Goldbrand, what you got?
I guess Goldbrand's gonna take both
Kayalithica
of
begins
those
to try to
swings.
retreat.
Oh man. Wish I could grapple giants, but that's okay. First swing. Gross.
Roll it. Oh, he's not close enough. Never mind. Yeah, there we go.
19 damage total.
19.
I can bonus action. Alright, I'll throw the thing at disadvantage. Gross. Okay. That's fine.
That's unfortunate. All right. Kodiak fails a save.
1 and 1.
Bergen.
Alright, so now with Kodiak, now that he's down and he's failed to save, does he need to be stabilized or can I just heal him or how does that work?
If you heal him, he gets that many hit points. He's lying on the ground prone, but he's up. You can stabilize him, which is a medicine check. If you have a healer's kit, which I think you do, you'll have advantage on it.
I have spare the dying.
That
it's
also
a
works.
cantrip and it
Cantrip.
doesn't. Yeah, derp. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Just boop.
Oh,
All right, because you used
that's neat.
your action, you still have your bonus action. So you can still use your mace if you would like to.
Word.
It
This
can move
creature
for his
becomes
bonus action
stable,
too.
and it has no effect. Okay, cool. Correct. Yes.
I thought it did some healing. Okay. So does he have hit points? So I'm confused on that.
No, he's
He
at
does-
0 right now. He's
Yeah.
stable, like he doesn't have to make any more saving throws, but he's not healed, quote unquote. He's not up, but you know,
But it's just a cantrip, which is dope.
correct, yeah.
I
So you still have your
see.
action to pop some shit if you'd like. Or excuse me, your bonus action.
Can I
But
take
it
that
is-
back and cast like a different spell?
You can, yeah, I'll allow it.
Thanks. All right. Yeah. Instead of doing that, I'm going to actually hit him with. Yeah. We'll just do this cure wounds.
26, damn.
Christ.
Goldbrand's
And
over here like,
then-
don't waste the good heals on him.
I mean,
And
They're all
I don't know if the mace will make it because I think it can only move 30 as well, but I'll
Yeah,
try
she's-
to get it to
she's
make
fucking
its
out
way
there.
over there.
1, 2,
As
3.
far
We'll
as
go
it
a little
can.
diagonal in anticipation that she's going to try to go around if she does, or, you know, try to cut her off. Kayalithica, blinded, or actually no, her blindness fades, her vision returns, and she gets a good look at you, Davos. Her, down on this bridge, you on top of this spire, or in front of the Steinfang, your light illuminating the runes, oddly up its form. She goes, I know yous. You're the son of that knight. I remember you by the river. You were but the whelp back then. But look at you. How you've grown. You've come for him then. Well, I will give you credit. He was defiant, even in his final moments. And she extends her arm and points behind you. Do you choose to follow her gesture?
Yeah, if she's
Okay.
pointing.
As a reaction, make a perception check.
Oh.
That's a beautiful thing. That really is. Let me scroll down just a bit and find this segment. Oh fuck, where did I put it? Oh my fucking god, where did I put it? Okay, sorry. Davos, you see it almost instantly. Between the hill giant on the far end of the room and the Minotaur, you see a familiar figure. While most of the figures seem to be running or fighting, this one stands firm, proud, chest out, head held high. And even from this distance, your light illuminates the faint symbol of Lathander, the sun emblazoned upon the breastplate, now stone. Tousled hair that, even while petrified, resembles your own. Davos, what are you feeling in this moment?
Obviously, great relief. Hey, I finally see my dad. Like, sadness, grief, but like an overwhelming like anger, more so just surging up from my gut. Like,
a smile spreads across Kayalithica's face as she watches the shock and recognition boil into rage. She tells you, if you wanted to join him, that's going to be arranged. But I might have to make room. And she's going to take a step back. Goldbrand get an opportunity attack. Or no, she has reach, I'm sorry. She reaches over and grabs the statue behind her, the Minotaur. And she hurls it past you by the Steinfang. And it meets your father's statue.
oh,
And they shatter into hundreds of pieces. Talaband, what do you do? Besides cussing for Davos. Or Davos, if you would like to do anything in that moment. Roleplay wise, you're welcome to.
like just speechless. Like, here the end was right here. I'm gonna save my dad, and he's obliterated to pieces. Yes.
Yeah.
I understood that correctly.
No, yeah, blasted to rubble. And that rage intensifies tenfold.
Definitely.
Tally sees this. What does Tally do?
Tally's still over here. He's gonna go after the stone giant again.
Get him.
Let's see.
Ooh, that meets.
And Hunter's Mark, is that a consistent?
No, I think you have to roll it each time.
So, D6, sorry.
No, you're fine.
And then add the sneak attack with that. Wow.
Solid! Oh, God. Tally sees this and also feels a sense of rage boil over as he throws the Kai Karim and just lands this thing right in the neck, and just instantly it grapples at its head and actually breaks off a part of its sort of rotted zombie-esque form. Beautiful. Bonus action.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive. Barely.
Okay,
He's in the under the 25% territory. He's almost 10%.
Second Kai Karim.
Pop him, yeah. He's officially in 10% territory.
Alright.
Excellent. Hydia sees this. She looks down at Kodiak and sees that he's breathing up now that Bergen has stabilized him. He goes in for 2 swings. Ooh, one is a nat 1. One's a 19. So she's going to deal her damage, and then we're going to see how she kills Kodiak next. Oh, he's rough. Stone giant's in rough shape. And then... She, Oh, no, you gave her 26 points. Sorry. No, you're... Okay. Alright, yeah. Yeah. He goes, what the fucks? As she scrapes along his leg. She's like, sorry, I thought it might wake you up. And, the golem, he's gonna go in for a swing on... He's gonna swing for 2 barbs. Hydia got a 12, which she passes, yeah? Hydia?
A 12 meets. A
Meets?
13 never mind. 13 is her armor class.
Okay, no, so she's good. Oh, actually, I'm gonna roll this because it's close enough to where it can be a fatal thing. 8. Okay, never mind. 3 1s have changed that fate. Kodiak is still up. Davos, what you got?
Straight at her. With the morning blade. What is it?
The Blade of Night Erembor.
Right now it's a morning blade. Cause
Oh. You know what? As you go to swing, your emotions are boiling over. You're not focusing right. But you feel a nudge. Roll again. In the wrong direction, and you stab Goldbrand.
What are the chances of rolling 2 20s and 2 1s back to back in the same session?
It's technically like 2%, something ridiculous like that. Oh,
so what do I have to roll to hit Goldbrand?
No, we're gonna... The blade tries to adjust it, but she senses you coming, and you think you have, you think that since you're this blinding force that she's squinting and not able to see you, but her silent senses are sort of guiding her out of your way. You still have a bonus action.
That's gonna be on myself.
Wait, do you have inspiration?
I don't believe so.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not showing it. So healing myself for an additional 6.
Gotcha. Alright, that brings us to Goldbrand.
Goldbrand, keep doing what he's doing. Since she hasn't left his range. Oh my god.
3 nat 1s in a row.
Wow.
That's pretty terrible. Roll
I
one
like
more,
it.
Devin. Let's see if we can keep it going. Not much better, a 2. Alright, good job, gang. This is... Oof. This is supposed to be climax. Come on.
Should I even roll my bonus action? That's a disadvantage.
I mean, if you have anything else you could do for a bonus action, I would consider it, but
I do not, unfortunately.
you don't have any bonus action spells?
Nope.
Gotcha. Alright, Kodiak uses half his movement to get to his feet, and he, pissed off at this fucking big-ass giant motherfucker, gonna go for 2 swings. 16, which is not hit, a 22, which does, for 5 damage, which is just what he needed. Kodiak rises to his feet, and he lets out this primal cry, something that Goldbrand and Hydia have heard many times, as he takes his sword and stabs it into the knee and pulls the giant down onto his spear and runs him through. And the zombie giant, the blade pushes through, and the stomach just kind of like part of it crumbles to dust. This stone that is older than this entire temple, perhaps. And with that, Bergen, what you got?
Is the magic rope still there?
It is.
Dash to it. I don't think I can climb up
2,
it, but
3, 4, 5. You can get about half the way up it.
alright. And then mace it up. Can he reach now after he moves?
Yeah, we'll say you're like peeking over the edge, and you're like, pew, pew.
No. I mean the
Oh,
for
spectral
my
mace.
bonus
Yes.
action, the spectral mace.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it can pop her.
Alright, sweet. Let's see.
Spencer, just want to say you're a good dude. Didn't even leave an NPC hanging.
I would have. I'm not gonna lie. Good on you, cleric. You're doing the good thing.
Yeah, try to keep a true pulse. Like you never know. They'll be better to us alive than dead right now.
That's fair.
Definitely didn't want to leave Hydia there by herself with that thing.
That was part of
I
my
was
thought
trying-
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get back to them.
Part of me was like, if you know, if Kodiak dies, he dies. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, you did swing with your mace. Sweet. Solid damage. All right. Anything else, my dude?
That is it.
Thane Kayalithica, realizing that she's running out of options.
She just
Oh.
sealed her death warrant. What did
No.
she expect?
I mean, she knew that this was going to be toward the end, but she's gonna try to shove you, Goldbrand. She's gonna try to like swat you into the mud. Make
Athletics or strength?
athletics. Yeah. Roll good. What does she get to add to this?
24.
I'm sorry, my friend.
Sad face.
She pops you on the side, and you feel the wind leave you as you hurtle over just past Bergen's mace and into the mud, where you quickly sink 2 feet. You sort of push yourself up instinctively, trying to get your head up as high as you can, and you sink just below your shin. And that was just her lair action. Oh no, I'm sorry. She's going to use the launch stone as her lair action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to launch over you. You do get an opportunity attack. Make it at disadvantage because she's using the launch stone. Roll 2 ones
Damn.
again. Do that.
I get
I get advantage, you say? Yeah, you should. A little to her. Sorry, that sucks because I was thinking about using my reaction to do the thing. To try to
Yeah!
pull.
Oh, wait. At disadvantage.
Oh, crap.
Aw.
Goldbrand, you don't get a strike because you're in the mud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're like 10, 15 feet below them.
I forgot. Shit.
Again, you feel... Well, you know what? You would have had disadvantage. But again, you feel that nudge. That slight shift in your form. A correction. And you hit her with your first swing. We're going to say that would have given you advantage to take away the disadvantage, so...
Now, it says, if I read correctly, a 19 is counted as a critical damage.
Is that a 19? Yeah, dude!
So,
Fucking Glockus.
I don't know, you want to just... Damn, dude. Again.
Another one, yeah.
What is that, a 9 total?
Roll another hit, so we'll get some more on that. Okay. We're gonna be nice. Oh. You know what? She goes to leap over you. And that slight adjustment in your form, and you catch her in the hip as she jumps. And she instead collapses behind you and turns to look prone on the ground, sort of half leaning on this mound. For the first time, you see genuine fear in her. Not surprise, but fear for her life. You feel the sword grow hot in your palm. And you follow up immediately. You rush forward. You take the blade. Do you want to go for the killing blow?
Like,
And you told me
emotionally,
something.
yes. But, like...
What would Davos do in this
meta-wise,
moment?
Like, I kind of want to know if there was a way to save my dad somehow still. But, like, I don't know if she would have that capability.
You were told that that the giant did not believe she did.
Yeah. Kill.
You take the blade. You ready your stance and thrust forward. It runs into her chest, and her mouth goes to open instinctively, and light begins to pour out of her. You see it rising behind her eyes, even as dark as they are, faintly backlit, before she slumps forward. And you pull the blade out graceful flourish that only a bard would have. The thick blood flies off of it, landing in the mud. You have slain Thane Kayalithica.
Enemies slain.
I know that it's 40 past. If you guys want to do 10 more minutes, we could wrap up another thing.
I can't. I gotta get going. You guys can go
Okay.
on without me though, and I can catch it on the recording when you
We'll drop
upload
you
it.
a-
I won't mind that.
Devin, Brandon, does that sound cool? 10 more minutes? Okay.
Alright. Thanks
We'll
for having me,
catch
guys.
you on
It
the
was
flip side.
super
Alright.
fun.
Yeah.
Have a good
Catch you
night.
on flip side.
Good job,
Right.
Bergen.
Good job, fucking Davos. 10-10.
For sure, for sure.
All right. So, few things. What do you do when she slumps over?
Like, just, heavy breathing. Like, I kind of want to stab her again in the face.
You can if you want. You can take a moment to wail on her, to let out months of frustration, of fury, of grief, of
Yeah, I think I just kind of like fall on my knees just in front of her. Like, all that adrenaline just finally out.
draining.
Seeing my dad obliterated, knowing that there's nothing left. Just kind of hunched in defeat, even though it was victory.
Mm. Well, that was very beautiful.
Goldbrand, screaming behind me and 10 feet away like I just can't
That's-
even hear him.
Mm. How is Goldbrand reacting?
Goldbrand's gonna try to get out, as quickly as soon as he can.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're drowning. Okay. You can climb out. Thankfully, you landed near a rock, so I'll say you can climb out on that, and then you can jump, and even if you don't make the jump, you can grab on with your athletics and climb up. Little scared shitless, but
Goldbrand will, I imagine him coming up out of the Gorgon pit, kind of shaking off, so to speak, the sections of him that started to turn to stone.
Mm.
And he'll come up behind Davos while he's slumped, and he'll put his hand on his shoulder, and he'll tell him, we can still search for a ways, perhaps. We know powerful healers, and there are other healers, perhaps even more powerful.
Yeah, maybe so.
You just killed a really big giants.
Yeah.
Davos, you get up. This deflated, sort of empty feeling. You make the slow trek around the ledge, passing drow and bears, gnomes, and ogre, before coming to the scattered rubble of the Minotaur and of your father. As you do, you see a fragment of his head. You reach for it. Within your hands, you see his face, or at least most of it. Fragment that starts just below his temple, goes diagonally down, just to his chin. Your father's eyes stare back at you, fierce and determined, defiant to Kayalithica, even in his final moments. What are you feeling?
Same thing, defeated, but also maybe now, seeing my dad one last time, it's, good, and then knowing that he never gave up, inspiring me to never give up with our current quest. Not maybe, motivational quite yet, but, knowing moving forward, I would have that motivation. Kind of he never gave up, so neither will I.
It catches in your throat a bit. Your jaw locks and your eyes grow a little misty, and you feel a comforting warmth from your amulet. And a voice echoes in your ear. Not Lathander, like you were expecting. More familiar. Hiral? It is a pity, is it not? the image of our Lord shattered in this way so disrespectfully. You furrow your brow in confusion. But as you do, a vision flashes in your mind. Wisps of smoke, bells tolling lightly. The figure of Lathander that had been within Nightstone's temple. Visions too clear to be memory. You see in perfect detail the thick vellum of the spell scroll, the sigils, some of which you recognize as Elvish, but even the ones you don't, you understand, celestial, draconic. You feel like you can replicate this spell. And without hesitation or perhaps a bit of fear that the memory will fade, you grab a fragment of another shattered statue, part of the Minotaur's horn. Begin to scratch rough runes into the stone. After a few moments of fevered scratching, Goldbrand, you and Bergen recognize this. You remember the ritual and the elements that you helped with it. Bergen immediately gets incense from his bag, begins to set them about, lighting them. Goldbrand, you recall, Tally, we'll say, reaches into the bag of holding. Is wait a minute. And he pulls out a bell with no clapper that you guys found weeks ago. Takes the end of his dagger, and he begins to hit it slightly. The ceremony is intricate, and Davos, you carefully gather fragments of your father's statue to a central space. And you hear another echo from the past. The tolling of the bell. The singing of the strings. Worship comes in many forms, as the voice of Akira, the dragon priestess, comes into your mind. As does magic. You, as a bard and paladin, should know that better than all of us. The music starts and you begin this long, intricate incantation, reciting it flawlessly from the memory of Haral performing that rite all those weeks ago. Part of you is comforted by the beauty of music and religion in harmony. And you recall what you thought the last time this ritual was performed. That neither music or religion is whole without the other. You watch as the stone fragments begin to rise, become weightless, and begin to reassemble. But as each piece connects, blinding beams of light seep from the scene, growing more and more intense as the figure is reformed. One part magic, one part nature, one part divine spark. As the last fragment of the statue is restored to its proper place, the light is nearly searing. You all avert your gaze as the cavern fills once again with this warm and radiant light. Even as it fades, you open your eyes, and it takes a few moments for them to adjust. You see the silhouette of an impressive figure in plate armor, with broad shoulders beneath somewhat worn and tattered cloak. White, wispy hairs that seem too thin and frail to be stone fall on the face, which is thinner than you remember. Embedded below the furrowed brow are two gleaming gemstones, around which are sparse wrinkles that suddenly shift. And as they do, your eyes return to their true sight, and you do not see a grayed statue, but a man of flesh and blood. As Erembor, Knight of the Order of the Aster, stands wearily before you with a weak smile as he meets your gaze with his own golden eyes. He looks to you. Davos. My boy. No. A man now. A right proper knight, and he goes to take a step towards you before he stumbles. You catch him. He wraps an arm around your neck, and he grips you tighter than what his weathered form seems like it could. A long, almost solemn moment passes as he pulls away and turns to scan the room, finally seeing the figure of Kayalithica slumped over the central spire. By the light, Davos. You've done the unimaginable. Never in my life could hope to defeat that villain. I've matched it 1,000 times over. His eyes grow wide as he looks to you. Erembor, your mother, your sister, are they all right?
They're safe.
He sighs, a breath he didn't realize he was holding, and slumps a bit. He hangs his head, and Kayalithica was interrogating me, trying to find out which city she should attack first, which was the least defended, and I knew it was Erembor, but I couldn't tell her that. I wouldn't tell her that, even if it wasn't our home. But when it seemed like she had made up her mind to go there, I told her Lork was less defended, and sent her there. Innocent people died because I directed them there. Davos, you feel lighter. It's difficult to explain, but as if a presence has lifted you up a bit. How do you react in this time?
People were gonna die either way. I don't think you did anything that any other father, knight would have done. But if you feel that bad, maybe we can rebuild Lork or guide them to Nightstone. BT dubs.
Nightstone?
Coldbread in the
Lord.
back row.
Yeah, like, and I guess we kind of explain the situation. We're Lords of Nightstone,
He is.
here to save the world.
He's absolutely floored. You, son, when I last saw you, you were, no offense, punk, playing punk music in a bar. I never pictured you to be here. But even if you were still that kid playing in the tavern, I'd still be proud of you. This exceeds every expectation I could have possibly had. I mean, look at you. You're an actual knight. I mean, he sees your necklace and my amulet. Could have used that thing a few months ago. Shit. I'm glad you
I
have
guess
it.
go to begin to take it off.
No,
It is
no,
his.
no. It's yours. It suits you.
You mean for a punk?
You've sized up pretty good. I'll tell you what, you're a punk who could probably kick some ass, I'd guess, especially gauging by that. And he
Did it all by myself. No help from anybody. Kind of
Oh.
like shifting between me.
oh,
and
I believe
Goldberg.
that. As he sees the tower, even though you shift in front of him, he's still like a head taller than you. Bergen comes over, I imagine, and pops a couple heals in him. You know, gets him little patched up, and you guys pull him to his feet. And did she? How long has it been? How long have I been like this?
Sure, it's been.
A little over a month, maybe 2. Actually, I can tell you the exact date.
I was about to say, Davos would know the day, wouldn't he? He's a civilized
guys,
folk.
6 months ago when we started, so I'd say what, 8-9 months?
It's been 3 months since he died, if you tell him the date. And the last day he tells you he remembers. It sounds familiar. He says, she was submerging me in the stone. I didn't give her enough information. She thought she had pried everything out of me she could. She's gonna add me to her collection. Began to sink me into the mud. And the last thing that I saw was you in front of the statue of Lathander in a church with stained glass. That's when I knew you were on the right path, I guess. It's the last thing I saw. And you remember that that's the moment that your amulet mended. A part of you thinks that because he was still alive and the amulet was somehow connected to him, it wouldn't work for you. But in that final moment, when he passed, you were able to restore it. Literally inheriting his legacy, his amulet, his knighthood.
So it's broken now, then?
No,
since
no,
he's
you're good.
alive?
It's yours, and he means that.
Phew, heavy.
I think with that,
Corbin
my
wants
dudes.
to look for the conch very quietly. Oh, we can do that next.
You just
Sorry, I just
like-
thought about it.
No, that's a good point. We'll save the Stein thing for next week, but I'll tell you your treasure real quick.
Okay, I'll write it down when I do notes.
500 platinum pieces. The Conch of Teleportation. 6 500 gold gemstones. A diamond worth 600 gold. These are all on little pouches on her belt. And the third bag you open, there's a gnome. Finely dressed, though admittedly rough, with light hair that is combed into a broad mustache and sideburns that reach several inches past his face. Gotta show you a picture of this fucker because he's pretty ugly looking.
like an actual gnome? Or
Yeah, is he alive?
An alive gnome, yeah.
The
Which is
fucks. In the middle of this heartwarming conversation, you just hear the fucks.
no, I mean,
Corbin tosses him.
you know, to be fair, I was gonna say this for next week, but Devin wanted the booty. Yeah.
I'm sorry, booty.
The gnome messes with the Kayalithica.
Oh, shut up. He tells you, finally, that terrified bitch. I've been there for weeks. Hey, thanks for rescuing me. The name is Alistair Noggins. I'm a tailor by trade. I was kidnapped from Lork when she attacked it, and she saw my robes and thought me to be a noble. Admittedly, I can't blame her. I did look quite good before I spent a month in the pocket. You looking him over, you do see that his clothes are finely made. There's dulled buttons, but that once probably gleamed bright. There's fine velvet that's now worn, stripped breeches over long white leggings, and scuffed black shoes with gleaming buckles. And a few of you catch yourselves giggling at a bejeweled codpiece. It's an interesting look, but looks expensive.
Okay. Fucks.
And with that, because Devin wanted booty, I'll stop there.
Okay.
Got the best kind of booty.
Hope you had fun. Glad we could stay over a little while and get through some of that.
Yeah.
What is Brandon thinking about all this? I'm just curious.
Awesome. But like, dude, it was like, hey, my dad's alive. Cool. And then, boom, my dad's dead. And then, now my dad's alive again. Emotional roller coaster.
No, yeah. I figured since you probably suspected he was dead, I have to have at least one psych out in there. You know, or suspected that he was alive. I gotta like, nope, actually dead. Lol.
Right? That was just this a-hole. Like, surely not? Like, then again,
You'll
like,
get 10 feet from your father and he's really dead.
but then it's like, man, I did get his sword. Like, maybe the dude's for sure dead. Like,
When you guys were gonna fight her before getting the sword, I was like, no, maybe you should get that. Like, just check in on that.
I figured.
Might need that.
Right.
I am gonna drop a picture of Erembor.
Like, yeah, I don't want to ruin it. Never mind. Asking
What?
meta questions. I was just like, me and Goldbrand were the only ones, well, besides the initial hits. Like,
Oh, take out Kayalithica? Mostly,
Yeah.
yeah. It was primarily you two. I don't know if anyone else ever hit. I think Bergen threw a couple of things. I think he got her with the mace once.
Yeah, he got her with the spiritual weapon once or twice, plus the mace another time.
and I think
Tally
Tal
hit her.
was
Tally
just-
hit her when we first started. Yeah,
And then turned on
I
the
still
other one,
want-
you're right.
I still wanted her to get the fuck away.
No,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I think you had a good idea with luring her out though, because we got a whole round
Yeah,
of stuff on
was
her.
not
before
ready
we
for
got
that.
Started. Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I wanted her to start this off with like animating the stone giant and first thing like rah, but like okay. She did use an action to drink some potion she had, the equivalent of, I suppose. But didn't give her too huge of a chunk, I think. But y'all still took her down, and it was fun, and got to light that bitch up, literally, like a fucking nightlight.
Dude, everything I had.
Yeah, no, yeah, you were like, guiding bolt, guiding bolt, guiding bolt. Light of Lathander, fuck you.
Fuck this bitch.
Shit, glad you guys had fun. I know I did. I am very excited to pick up next week. Oh, fuck, I meant to tell, Bergine, I cannot play next Friday, but I can do next Saturday, if that works for you guys.
That would work for me. It's the same either way. I'll be at work that night.
Cool. I'll shoot.
Yeah, I was thinking that's Good Friday next week. Y'all might not be able to.
Oh, no, fuck that. No, it's my son's birthday. Fuck Catholicism. Like, I guess you guys are in. Oh no, I'm thinking of Fat Tuesday. But I guess you guys are in the NOLA area, so you'll have to deal with like the obnoxious Catholic
they're
holidays.
related, right?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Friday, that Tuesday.
They're both days.
Let's say this Sunday is like Palm Sunday. I don't know why there's so many Sundays in the Easter.
It's all. I think Paul. Well, no. You know what's funny is Easter's based off the equinox, which is the most pagan fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Or not the equinox. Yeah, the spring equinox.
The full moon.
Jesus came back on this day, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
anyway.
That's a whole long conversation.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into.
Before we
We'll
offend
start-
the Pope and the Cardinals,
Right.
we'll call it a night.
We'll have to start a podcast to have our polarizing takes.
Okay, we could do that on Friday after
Yeah.
Atticus'
Back to back.
cake.
Yeah. Godzilla cake. He was very specific.
Okay.
Shit's whack. Anyway,
But-
for the 5th time. Good night, my dudes.
All right.
Have a good time.
Good night.